Hello, how's it going? We are back on the coppers grind. A nice drink, a little snack. And I am more than prepared to finally get back into this. It's been like 2 weeks since I last played it, I think. So we are way overdue to get into chapter 2 and figure out what meat is. If the game wants to cooperate with me at the very least. Things. Doesn't even want to show up here. There we go. Oh. Interesting. Why is it doing that? Okay. Sure. Give it a moment. Take your time. Okay, gotta restart the game for this to take effect. That is unfortunate, but not unforeseen. I did a little bit of fuckery with my not NVIDIA, my AMD Adrenaline software to get some extra performance out of a couple of games. So it could just be that it wants to be a little bit finicky regarding those. Which, I mean, I was warned. It is booting back up now. Alright. We're starting off just a little bit behind where we initially began. Or where we had left off. I mean, just a little bit behind there. Just to give us a little bit of a recap of the last section. So, forgive me. Oh, not quite. I was fishing around for some extra stuff for the thumbnail. Apologies.
A dog that barks doesn't bite, huh? What chicken shit. You have to admit, the old dog is as stubborn as a mule, and just as smelly.
That's not what the subtitles say. A boy on a wheelchair. I totally forgot about this little revelation. What happened to him?
Hey, boss. How nice to see you. Is that a new coat?
Yeah, it looks good on you. But we were just leaving.
Ah, not so fast, chickens.
Yeah, I knew this was coming. Such a classic.
I see you're still full of life. How about a little overtime?
I don't know, boss. My back's a little stiff.
Yeah, it's been a busy day.
All that paperwork.
And target practice.
And paperwork?
We said that already.
Yeah, but today was twice as much, so...
Enough.
Yep.
Someone's waiting for you in your office. You might pop in there once in a while for a change.
But who? At this hour? Is nothing sacred anymore?
I don't mean to be disrespectful, boss, but whatever it is, if it's not an urgent predatory case, then...
Featherland, do I need to remind you that you're only still here because I graciously allow it?
No, sir.
I beg your pardon.
No, sir. I am aware of that.
You should have retired 1,000 years ago, to everyone's delight. But you're still here, on your own volition. So you dance like I whistle, you understand?
All right.
Or you can go straight to the old hen house.
Yes, sir.
To your office, then. I'll be waiting for you there. I'll give you 2 minutes.
Yes, boss. Got it, boss. Did I already tell you how nice your coat is?
Shut the cluck up, McChicken.
Yes, sir. Who the clucking cluck could it be?
Whoever it is, they can go cluck themselves for all I care. We don't have time for this. We have to find Frank.
The old bone chewer's gonna crunch you like a little late-night snack.
You're right. It's better to do what he asks, whatever it is. Just get it over with.
Anyway, why aren't we private eyes? Then we wouldn't have this kind of problem.
Because private eyes are underpaid.
Us too.
Well, they don't have insurance.
Do we?
No one respects them.
Us neither.
And they're generally just pathetic, Marty.
So are we.
Good point. So why aren't we private snoops?
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, let's go and see what's waiting for us in the office.
Is that going to be the idea for the next game? For the sequel? Which is going to be Private Eyes.
Hey, Mon, tell me, what the hell is all this? Who's waiting for us in the office?
You know what? I've not a clue, and it makes me furious.
You don't know? But you know everything that's going on here.
Yeah, that's just it. Blood Boil let whoever it is in through the back door, and me, he cut me out completely.
That's outrageous.
Right? But I'm not gonna let it go.
Good. Get the old bone chewer by his tail.
Oh, I will.
Tell me, Mon, did Laura call by any chance?
No, Marty. Sorry.
Any messages?
None.
Never mind. It's okay, she's probably busy.
Yeah. Listen, Marty, if you need a place to stay...
Oh, no, just leave it, Mon. I'll manage. She'll calm down and we'll sort everything out.
Amen to that, Marty.
That's the spirit, you big chicken.
Poor guy.
Listen, Mon, we just came from the Hive. Straight from the Queen, Miss Zenaida.
You're serious? Well, I sincerely admire you boys for making it out alive.
Actually, it wasn't that big of a deal.
Well, we did fill our pants a little.
Just a little.
My condolences.
You know something about her, Mon. We must have a file on her or something.
Zenaida is a truly mysterious woman. Truth is, we're not even sure that's her real name. And there's no mention of any family name, of course. Some believe that she is descended from an old noble family.
She did have some old paintings of classy bugs in her lair.
But others say it's all just theatrical powder, and that the queen, on the contrary, has fought her way to the top out of poverty.
Like in a fairy tale.
Exactly. It's all fairy tales, and myths and legends, no facts.
Thanks, Mon. That helped.
You're welcome, Boss Bird. Just let me know if you need anything.
I will, sweetheart.
Huh?
What?
Nothing? Nothing, just some strange sparks bouncing all over the place.
Ah, shut up, Marty.
How can I help you guys?
We're fine for now. Thanks, Mon.
Danky, danky.
Speak again. Like, actually never speak again, Marty. It's up to that guy.
Tough times, eh? Tough times, eh?
They cut off his breath there. Listen.
Tough times, eh?
Hear it? So, do we just chat with him?
So what's this about, boss?
Are you stupid or just deaf?
Actually, I have got some serious hearing problems, and Marty's got a few intimate... Oh, never mind. Yeah, he's kind of stupid.
Don't cluck with me, Santino. Get in the office.
Wait, do we finally
Yes,
get to go
sir.
back? Do we get to go into the back? Oh my god. You know, I was kind of hoping they would make it just like a running joke that we never see the back of the PD.
Let's go.
Holy shit. We're actually going back. Oh no.
What can I say? Home away from home. The familiar smell of thousand-year-old files. An unopenable window. An unlockable door. Familiar scratches on ancient wooden chairs. The mark of a fallen cigarette butt, forever burned into the desk. The haunting memory of 1,000 empty bottles. If I die tonight, bury me here, under the cold, dead cases. But first, let's talk to this clown.
This gentleman here is...
Cassidy Lupus. The Silent Wolf.
The who?
I see my reputation precedes me again. Exactly as my white-feathered friend said. I'm Cassidy Lupus, actor,
Oh,
artist,
we
and,
saw-
idol to some.
We saw him on
Wow.
posters in the last game.
Cassidy Lupus is speaking to us.
Well, that's just fantastic.
Mr. Lupus has a problem and asked for our help. We don't usually get involved in such personal matters. Mr. Lupus is a well-beloved movie star and close friend of our great king.
Just what we needed.
Excuse me, Detective Featherland?
I said we're honored.
You know, they say wonderful things about you boys. Epic adventures, bloody affairs, crime gang shootings, arson.
Just an average Monday morning.
Oh, sadly, my Monday mornings are not exactly cloudless these days either. And especially not average.
Oh my, are you out of caviar perhaps?
Oh, please, don't be so base. I understand I'm from a different circle. I'm not as tanned and wild as you, but I'm coming to you for help.
Don't listen to him, Mr. Lupus. He's always like that. But otherwise, he's a great detective, I can assure you. So, what can we do for you?
Well, it's a complex and delicate matter, but I've been threatened. I need your protection.
Protection? Excuse me, but we're detectives. We're not here to prevent
Mick,
trouble.
is it
We're here to
fucking
find the
Mick?
cause, if it's already happened.
Oh, there's plenty of detective work in this case, believe me.
I'm afraid I don't follow. But okay, fine. How about if I ask you some pointed questions first?
Like an interrogation. Like in a movie. That's fantastic. You know, I've never played a detective or a murderer before.
Let's hope you don't have to do it this time either. Shall we begin?
Just do what you do best, boys.
Alright, yeah, we definitely saw this guy in the last game, though he was a bit of a background side character in the, more so like a set piece. He was on the side of the, fuck, what was the name of, Natasha's club? Was it the Czar Club? I believe it was the Czar Club, yeah. He was on posters on the Czar Club and whatnot. We saw him in a few other places, too.
Wow. Well, that's, what can I say? I can't even find my words in this mess.
It's perfectly organized chaos, Marty. Everything has its place and purpose.
Uh-huh. Good one. And all that stuff on the floor?
Full use of available space.
Okay. I'm not pushing it. Old man, you really need a lady in your life. A cleaning lady, at least.
Ha ha ha. You think about these jokes a lot.
Sometimes. On sleepless nights.
I understand Laura more and more.
What?
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 Old man, you really need...
So fucking mean.
Is there any other part of the city we haven't been to yet?
I doubt it. And you know what? I'm getting really sick of it.
Oh, come on. You're just saying that.
I'm serious, Marty.
You mean you're really going on a trip around the world? I thought you just wanted attention.
You're an asshole.
Why? Everybody needs a little attention sometimes, and you don't have any family or friends or...
All right, just stop it right there, Marty.
Okay, shit. Someone's having a bad day.
Yeah, like you know who? Frank.
Oh. Yeah. Right. You're right. I'll shut up.
Good. Maybe Marty's right. I'm not going anywhere. I'm gonna die here no matter what.
Okay, Mr. Cynic. So dramatic. Surfboard.
What happened to the guy who had this?
You mean that shark who beat his buddy to death with this surfboard and then tried to eat it to destroy the evidence?
Yeah, that's exactly what I meant. How nice of you to say out loud what we both know already.
You know, sometimes I feel like someone's watching us.
You took the words right out of my beak.
They're really playing into the meta of this game.
A perfect reminder that this city is just a giant insane asylum.
Hello, Nos. How's it going? We just started, so you haven't missed much.
Have you ever been here before?
Why? Because it's tidy? Order is the soul of everything. You could learn from me, old bird.
This isn't just order, Marty. No living animal has ever worked here. That's for clucking sure.
Ah, what can I say? I'm an open book to you.
Sometimes I think that's just the surface, and there's more underneath.
But then you realize that you overthink everything.
What can I say? I'm an open book to you, partner.
Ooh. What session are you on now, Nos, for this one? Or have you lost count?
Ugh, I hate paperwork so much.
Yeah, it shows. Not much sign of any kind of work here.
I'm kind of a street cop, you know? A street vigilante, not a desk jockey bookworm type.
Yeah, and Clawville's a better place because of you, partner.
Hey, there's no need to be that cynical.
I'm not joking.
Lost track. You know what? Fair. I lost track of many of mine as well.
There's
Even the
many things
ones-
that can be said about Marty, but one thing for sure, he's meticulous and mindful of his environment. I could take a leaf out of his book, if I wasn't too old to take a leaf out of anyone's book.
I lost track out of most of my campaigns, even the ones that only made it to like session 2. All right.
I have a feeling that we're once again getting involved in something we should have.
YOLO.
Bottom. 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 You are a very good boy, Nos. A very good boy.
With. I can't believe this clown's gonna make us jump through hoops.
Don't hesitate, gentlemen. Feel free to ask anything.
Okay, let's see.
I can't believe we're questioning the great Cassidy Lupus.
Yes, right. Me neither.
Feathery heavens, please make this quick.
Don't keep me waiting. Let's get started.
Yes. All right, my first question is... the actors. So here's the famous Cassidy Lupus, movie star. Arrogant, self-righteous, anxious type. He's visibly nervous, though he clumsily tries to hide it. He's not that good an actor. Playing on his vanity might be a good direction. I don't think the bad cop routine would work for him. But then again, I might just have to squeeze him to succeed. I'm not in the mood to patronize him, but if I have to, I'm sure I can get more out of him than he's willing to say with a little charm and finesse. So, tell us in your own words what happened and why you feel you need protection.
Well, I've been getting menacing messages from someone for a while.
What kind of messages?
That's the weirdest part. We actors get involved in this kind of thing all the time, but it's always about money or some kind of personal item.
Yes, go on.
I once had a crazy fan come at me with a knife because I refused to ask her out. Can you imagine?
Hardly. But please, let's stick to the point. So this is somebody... What did they ask you to do?
That's the strangest thing. It was essentially a business proposition.
What kind
Yeah,
of
it's definitely
business
Mongrel
proposition?
Oh, it's just ridiculous, but they want me to be some kind of publicity face. Me, the great Cassidy Lupus on some ridiculous billboard. No barking way.
All right. Middle option here is very clearly bad cop. I'm starting to think, though, just from, like, looking at him, that... Appealing? Oh. I thought you said appalling for a sec. Yeah, I love the style of these games. Both visually and just, like, the writing style. They're very, very fun. There's a lot of soul in them, as I'm so fond of saying. Our goal here is to either go all the way into the bad cop or all the way into the good cop side. And that'll, from what I understand, that will determine the information that we get from the person, and it might even determine our ending. I'm going for full good cop. Hello, hello. How are you doing? The middle one is very clearly the bad cop option. Asking why he's averse to being in a commercial is pretty obvious. It's his ego. So this one's more so playing to his vanity. So I think this one's going to be the way to go. Even though it's not really a question. We're just trying to soften him up.
I understand. You're just too sensitive for simple commercials.
I didn't know you had such a bright mind. Yes, you're right. A great artist doesn't sell himself for peanuts.
So you're holding out for a premium price. The big money, right?
There is no such money, Mr. Featherworld.
Land, feather, land. But please, tell me why you think they're making you an offer in threatening messages. Isn't that a little, unusual?
A little? It's bizarrely unusual. So much so that I thought for sure it was just some childish prank. But the messages, well, there was something really sinister in them. And what they're trying to blackmail me with, if
So
only
it's
you
blackmail.
knew.
Okay.
Well, that's what we're here to find out.
Who are your enemies? That doesn't do anything. A jealous colleague? That invites him to answer or correct me. Just asking who would want to blackmail you? Who wouldn't want to blackmail one of the most famous actors in the world? You know, especially in this kind of situation. So we're going to ask this one.
Is there anyone who would want to harm you? A jealous colleague, perhaps. Jealousy can make animals do crazy things.
I've got a lot of people jealous, that's for sure. But I don't think anyone would want to hurt me just because of that.
You think too highly of animals. You know, behind their friendly smiles, there are often repressed emotions.
I've starred in dozens of dramas and lived among actors all my life. I know all about lying. But I don't know anyone who wants me done for.
You mean who wants your death?
I didn't say that. But whoever's behind this wants Cassidy Lupus to be framed. To make my shining star go down.
Okay, I get it. Thank you. Let's dig a tiny bit deeper.
Do your job, detective.
Alright, this is our only one.
What exactly is in these messages? And how did they reach you in the first place?
We had just finished shooting my latest picture when my stunt double, Percy, handed me a letter. He said they thought he was Lupus, and someone, a dark figure in a dark suit, had pushed it into his hand and run away. He swore he hadn't read it, but he was pale as the moon.
So this, someone simply confused you two?
Percy looks exactly like me. That's why he's my double, silly. But to tell you the truth, his profile is a little less chiseled, and his stance could do with some work.
Do you think someone who knows you well can tell the difference?
Not from afar, but if that someone knew me really intimately, they should have seen he wasn't the real me.
Didn't you ever think that, your double was just making it all up? And he's the one behind it?
Percy? Oh, no, that's impossible. He idolizes me.
I wouldn't dismiss the possibility, though.
As you wish, but I assure you that Percy is a man of impeccable character. You should have seen how frightened he was.
And you? Are you a man without blemish?
Oh, I wouldn't say that.
So, what was in that first message?
That I'd find a contract on my desk that I'd sign if I wanted to do right by myself. Written in red, but not in blood, before you ask. However, the tone was very rude and threatening. Then, when I got back to my office, there was indeed the contract, but to be honest, I could only laugh at the contents.
What did it say?
An exclusive contract with some advertising agency I'd never heard of. Some kind of snake something. A new product line was to be advertised mainly on billboards.
Snake something? You don't remember?
I only remember the important things.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Do you still have that contract somewhere?
What do you think? I giggled and tore it to pieces.
Well, that clue is gone. What kind of product were you supposed to be promoting? You at least remember that.
There wasn't any. Can you imagine? How can I accept an offer if I don't know what it's about?
Yes, that's really strange.
They said I'd get the details later and tried to assure me it was worthy of my reputation. That's how I knew they had no idea what I'm really worth.
Alright, interesting. Alright, none of these are really questions, so this one's bad cop. This one's neutral, this one's good cop, I think. Yeah, playing to his vanity. That's kind of also what the other one did. The previous question I had asked did. It also appealed to his vanity. So I think that's the way we're going here.
You're used to
It's just-
starring in historical epics of a grand scale. Am I right?
Well, 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 so you have an eye for it after all. A pleasant surprise.
A simple cop like me can't like art.
It's not that usual.
So what were you working on? Some historical drama, maybe?
Our last film was El Wolf, a real historical epic, yes. I was on the set when I got the first message. It was quite a long and turbulent shoot.
Turbulent? What do you mean?
You know, when two oceans meet, it becomes a flood.
That's not exactly how it works, but let's not get hung up on the details.
You know what I mean. Two giants, two legends, an actor and a director, each with his own vision.
I see, so it didn't work out with your director.
Nobody gets along with that animal, if I can be honest.
Yeah. That's at least what Sunny was talking about. And unlike the last game, where it was a little bit more obtuse as to what exactly the questions you're supposed to ask are, this one seems a lot easier and more streamlined in the questioning. It is very much just bad cop, good cop, neutral, which I think is a bit of a downgrade, to be honest, but I do like that it's easier to understand, because I'll admit that I'm not the greatest at social deduction and such. So it is nice that it's a little bit easier, even though I don't quite like the simplifications. And good luck at work.
You must be honest. That is actually the point.
But of course. So no, I didn't get along with him, and neither did anyone else. Charles Rufus Vidor is an insufferable, arrogant, violent, and ungrateful bastard. But the film was ultimately finished with great difficulty, and there's no question that it will become an everlasting classic.
Is that so? You're a confident fella, aren't you?
Modesty is the refuge of the untalented.
Oh, gee, I better write that down. Thank you.
This one is clearly the bad cop option because it's implying that he has a lot of dirt on him, even though he's already implied that himself. Leaning into it is definitely a bad cop option here. How are they blackmailing you is very neutral, so what are they trying to corner you with?
So what are they trying to corner you with? A lie, maybe? I take it you're quite clean.
That's very kind of you to suggest, but I'm no saint.
Oh, no.
I have some bad old habits, but I'm working on them.
Give me an example.
Oh, it's nothing really.
Look, this could be very helpful to the investigation. Help me to help you.
Just because you ask so nicely. Oh well. So, you know, cats are my weakness.
I'm sorry.
Cats. Almost any female cat in existence. I have a feline fetish. I just see them and I go crazy.
Is that it? Is that really what they're blackmailing you about?
Almost. I mean, you could say that.
He indulges. He indulges in his fetish rather regularly.
You have to trust me if you want me to help you. Is that really all there is to it? Your, affection for cats?
Why is that so unbelievable?
Because it'll be in the tabloids. They'll gossip about it for 2 days, and then everybody goes about their business. You don't think this could ruin your career, do you?
You have no idea how spotless I am in the public eye, Mr. Featherline.
Featherland. And yes, I believe your image is impeccable, but a slip-up like this is easily forgiven.
You know, in the movies, they used to powder my fur even lighter. You know why?
Something about the lights? I don't know anything about movies.
Because it makes me look even cleaner. You know what I mean?
I get it. But you must understand that even if you're gonna stand here in front of me like a movie god, I need to hear the truth.
Well, you're quite the character.
So I've been told.
Okay, so there is a certain cat, a woman, and they have a photo of us. They're blackmailing us with it.
Is
That's
it
what it's
Natasha?
Are you married?
Just a few months, yes.
Ah, now I understand everything. You see? It's that easy.
You have to understand, if that picture gets out,
Oh, now that we've got that out of the way, are you finally willing to speak frankly?
ask away. What difference does it make?
That it is, I believe, War. It is quite personal for Sunny, considering the previous meme in the series.
I'm sorry, but I have to
It's
ask.
Natasha
Who is the
Kitsenko.
lucky cat lady who's put your privacy and reputation at jeopardy?
You know, it's almost humorous, but you know her.
Really? I wasn't expecting that.
Meredith H. Marble.
What? Huh.
What?
Pluck me. You mean the writer? The creator of the Chicken Police book series?
None other. A real predator, am I right?
Oh, yeah. Our lives have been taken and torn apart by her, that's for sure. But I see, in some ways,
Interesting.
yours has too.
You need to understand, that woman is a nobody. I mean, no disrespect, but she means nothing to me. It's just, you know, she's a cat. And sometimes that's enough for me.
Then why did you marry a rabbit?
Because Faye is the love of my life, that's why. This cat thing is, you know, physical and nothing else. But it's incredibly strong.
Okay, big fella, calm down. Now, why do you think they're trying to kill you? Isn't it enough that they leak the picture and you're done?
Maybe it would be enough, but I didn't let it go. You may think I'm a big fraud, a ripoff, but Cassidy Lupus is not to be intimidated. I made it clear to them that I wouldn't give in, not even if they leaked the picture.
Oh, maybe you do have some nerve. I'm genuinely surprised.
Thank you.
Or maybe you're just too stupid to realize how serious this is.
Ouch.
So then they threatened you.
Mortally. The last letter was just a poster folded up. It's a poster from an old movie I did.
And you took that as a threat.
It's called The Last Howl. The last part of a series in which the protagonist I play dies.
That's a little on the nose.
Right? I knew right away I had to get help. That's why I came to you.
So that's it? There's no more?
I think I told you everything, yes.
Quite a story. But I'm glad you finally managed to open up.
You know, Mr. Feather something,
Yes, that's right, feather something.
maybe you are as good a detective as they say.
Then maybe I thank you. You see? That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, okay. So I'm starting to understand that maybe the going full good cop, full bad cop isn't the intended path for the 5 stars. And we have to listen. I'm thinking like during the initial parts of the interrogation where Sonny gives us the rundown on how he thinks this will play out, that we might have to, like, specifically with Lupus here, that we might have to squeeze him, he said. I think we're supposed to look out for those parts where we do have to squeeze him.
So, let me get this straight. You have a secret affair that you've been blackmailed with. But because you didn't give in, you feel you have a death threat, and it'll be fulfilled soon.
Exactly as you say, dear detective. Oh, no wonder they say some good things about you.
What do you mean, some? Are they saying bad things, too?
Oh, well, you know, that's not what I meant.
I don't think we should go into that, Sonny. What you don't know won't hurt you, right?
Don't stick your beak in, Marty.
Everybody's the subject of silly gossip, aren't they? Your partner's right. It's better to let it go.
Fuzzy heavens. Right. So, There's this premiere, am I right?
Yes, the premiere of El Wolf at the magnificent Ivory Palace. Have you heard of it?
For all things feathered, of course. We're not even allowed in there. That place is the most exclusive movie theater in town.
Come on, you'll be my guests. Of course they'll let you in, silly.
Sonny, we have to do it.
What? Why should we?
Because this good man is in danger.
Ah, you
Oh
just want
my
to go to a
God.
fancy party with movie stars, don't you?
No.
Marty,
Well,
I think we'll take the case, dear Mr. Lupus.
splendid.
if you'll excuse me for a moment, I'll discuss this with my partner.
No, just go ahead.
What the cluck are you doing?
I'm enthusiastic.
Don't be enthusiastic. The whole thing is dog shit.
But, Sonny, he's in danger.
Really.
Well, whether he is or not, do you think we have a choice? Blood Boil's gonna kill us and use our bones as toothpicks. And besides, when was the last time you went to a movie premiere?
Me? Never. And that's not an accident.
You just take a deep breath and you hang in there, old bird.
What's gonna happen to Frank?
Well, it's sad to say, but I think he can wait.
Maybe you're right.
Hearing this is like sweet oil to my feathers.
Okay, we'll help you.
Now you're talking. I knew I could count on you. You won't regret it. I'll pay you handsomely for your services. Speaking of which, how much were you thinking?
Well, if we add it all up, the trip, the time, and of course the costs. I mean, that won't be necessary. I guess we'll be doing this in our police capacity and out of the goodness of our hearts.
How nicely summed up, Santino.
Yeah.
So, see you at the party?
Very well, detectives. Can't wait.
Don't get yourself killed, okay?
Well, your sense of humor, it's one of a kind.
Yeah, it is. I love the voice acting in these games. They're great. Even the little snippets of voice acting that we got in Zip's Cafe, where it was basically just Zip, they were great. I love all of the voice acting in these games.
Crest deep in trouble. Here we go again, because of a paranoid whiner. Crest deep in...
I'm kind of curious about Meredith, so we're gonna go down this questioning
I
line.
understand the king himself will be the guest of honor at the premiere.
Hector. Oh, he's an old personal friend of mine. We used to have cigar-smoking, brandy-tasting Clawville wildcard nights together.
So you two are close?
He's practically my brother. Some people say we're distant relatives, but even I think that's just a rumor. Though I always thought there was something majestic in our family.
Yeah, I figured that right away. So how did you meet Meredith?
It was quite a strange story. I hadn't even heard of her before. But then, suddenly, it came up that she might write a biography of me. Of course, I was very interested, although I must admit I was enamored by her long legs, her wagging tail, and her playful whiskers.
Well, she's not a small-town woman, that's for sure.
Marty, a little professionalism, please. So how was the rest?
Oh, you know, I offered her a drink. Then things happened fast. And then the rest came naturally.
You slept with her right away?
What could I do?
Right. That's the only option in this situation.
And they photographed you. What a coincidence.
Yeah, too much of a coincidence for my taste.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me, does your wife know about your affair?
Of course not. That's one of the main reasons I'm trying to avoid it leaking out.
I see. And the, cat thing, does she know about that?
I'm afraid she does. She's trying her best to cure me, and I swear I want to heal, but it's so hard. You see, as soon as I entered the station,
Oh, no.
I was bumped into by a colleague of yours, a bobcat lady. Needless to say, Chief Inspector Bloodboil had to drag me away from her.
I wouldn't worry about Miss Vasquez. She'd bite you in half. But I see your point. I feel sorry for your wife.
As am I. You know, once you get to know her, she's a real piece of work. More than that, a masterpiece.
I believe you, Mr. Lupus.
All right. A new Ask topic. Oh, no, it's just, informing me of the 3 that occurred. Is that everything from him? Alright. I'm almost certain that the business proposition came from Mongrel Mick. I'm thinking that he wants Lupus to, like, be the poster boy for his new meat substitute product. I am almost certain that's exactly what they want. Oh, so we have to go outside. Into the hallway. Let's go tell our lovely Monica who it was.
Any news?
Nothing at the moment, but you'll be the first to know.
Deal.
Listen, Mon, what do you know about this Lupus fella?
Well, not much. Just what everyone else knows.
Sonny didn't even know he was a movie star.
What? Where do you live, Boss Bird? In a cave?
There you go, old man. What did I tell you?
Oh, leave me the cluck alone. So who is this guy?
Oh, as Marty says, a movie star. A personal friend of the king. And he's got quite a reputation as a ladies' man.
Yeah, well, he seems like a big jerk to me. And now it looks like we've got him round our necks.
How so?
Well, apparently someone plans to kill him at his movie premiere.
No wonder.
What?
Oh, forget it. So what's the deal? You'll have to take care of him, or...
Huh?
Yeah, like babysitters.
More like bodyguards.
In this case,
What
same
happened there?
thing. The guy's a giant toddler.
That's an understatement.
Wait, Mon, do you know Lupus?
What? No, I don't even like movies that much.
Yeah, okay. Well, we're ready to go then.
But just beware, boys. You know, movie stars like him always have crazy fans. Stalkers who are capable of anything.
Oh, come on, Mon. It's a classic case of petty blackmail. Somebody takes a chance because he's a rich buffoon. Most of the time, it doesn't escalate to violence.
Yeah, most of the time.
But we'll be there to make sure nothing bad happens.
Yeah, sure.
Huh. You know, something was bothering her at the beginning of the game. Is it connected to Lupus? Is she maybe the stalker? It might make sense. I mean, she's small, unassuming. She seems to have a little bit of... She seems a little twitchy all of a sudden. I could
Listen,
definitely
Marty,
see it.
Can you go get some coffee?
What? We had like 5 jugs already today. Your heart's gonna explode, old man.
It's the last one. Then I swear I'll stop, but otherwise, I won't make it through the night.
Okay. All right. Your funeral.
Thanks, young fella.
Did you just dump Marty?
I need to ask you a favor.
Uh-oh. That's a bad start.
Blood Boil wants us to go to the movie premiere and watch for Lupus.
So far, so good.
But we have other things to do, so I'm gonna tell Marty to leave the evening discreetly.
That's all so clear, so where do I come in?
I need you.
Ah, you finally said it.
No, not like that.
Huh?
Listen, without Marty, I'm lost in the crowd.
How so?
And I can't stand the crowd. I don't like crowds. I need someone to keep me grounded so I don't freak out.
Oh, so I'll be the weight that's pulling you down?
Something like that.
I'm really honored. But listen, Sonny, I don't really want to go there.
Yeah, okay. You're right. I understand. I don't know why I even thought...
But I'll do it.
What?
I'll be there, Sonny. And I'm gonna take care of you.
What? No,
Huh?
no, you don't have to take care of me. Just,
I'll be there, okay?
yeah. Thanks, Mon. Really. Eternal gratitude.
You'll owe me a coffee for it. A normal coffee.
You got a deal, Mon.
Hey, I brought the coffee.
You know what? You were right. I should take care of my heart.
Are you kidding me?
Sorry, buddy.
Mon?
Leave me out of this.
Alright. Alright. We're getting the coppers a little bit of love here.
Something still smells fishy to me.
You think Lupus didn't tell you everything?
Of course not. And we don't know enough about him.
I know all his movies by heart.
Thanks, Marty. That's a big help.
Ah, you're just saying that.
Listen, why don't you go home and try to reconcile with Laura?
Oh, so you're gonna dump me again?
No, I'm not. I'm gonna go home and get my shit together. And I'll talk to Lewis.
What do you want with Mr. Bunny Ears?
You know, he used to move in some pretty high circles. As far as I can tell, he's managed to climb back up to the top recently. Maybe he can tell us something useful about the wolf.
That's not a bad idea. So I'm gonna...
Relax, Marty. You can do it. You're strong.
You think so?
I think so. You can't run away forever. You also can't take endless advantage of Lewis's kindness.
You've been doing it for years.
That's beside the point, Marty. You can't end up like me. You have to talk to Laura.
It's kind of weird getting relationship advice from you.
Shut up.
You've got something to say to Blood Boil. And yeah, I love the writing chemistry in this game. It's just like the ultimate silly buddy cop.
Sir, if I may say so.
Sonny,
Yes, sir?
you made the right decision. I'm glad you did.
Did I have a choice?
No, not really. But you gave in more easily than usual.
Maybe I'm getting old, sir. I have less and less time to argue.
That's a good one.
Happy to please.
Be at the premiere and keep an eye on Mr. Lupus. Have some champagne. You'll survive. And then you can go to your usual trespassing business.
What do you mean, sir?
Martin, stop blabbing. I've seen how anxious you are to get in your car and start making trouble.
Sonny, I think we've become predictable.
Then it's time to do something surprising.
Now get out of my sight, you chickens.
Yes, sir.
There's
What
more to
else do
say.
you want?
I guess nothing for now.
Then get your drumsticks out of here, you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Wait, we can ask. Yeah, let's ask about... Cute. Very cute.
What else do you want? Go on, get moving.
Sir, are you all right?
Wait, what?
You know, in the old days, you would have thrown this clown out.
Sonny, I don't think we should do this.
Leave it, Martin. Santino's right. A few years ago, I would have. But those days are gone.
What do you mean?
Just look at me. I haven't been the same since the massacre. And neither has the city. The gangs are tearing us apart. And we need all the support we can get to keep order.
You mean the king?
Men like Lupus are the king's lackeys. If we help them, we help ourselves. And our common cause to clean up the city once and for all.
I see. Well, thank you for your honesty, sir.
Just get things done, and the city will be set right.
That's unusually optimistic of you, sir.
You see? I am getting old, too.
We'll do what we can, Chief.
Oh, and that opens up more to talk about. Okay.
Tell me, boss, will the king really be at this premiere?
Ah, Sonny, the king is a big fan of cinema and especially historical adventure films. Didn't you read it in the Cosmopelican?
The king is indeed a lover of cinema. And yes, he will be the guest of honor this evening.
I thought it was going to be us.
You'll have to do a lot of toasting at parties like this for that.
Yeah, thanks. I'll pass.
Oh, one more thing. Wear your best dress, detective.
That's what I'm wearing now.
Got it, Chief.
I wonder if we're going to be able to get to see Sonny in a suit. That would be amazing.
If you don't mind me asking, boss, how come Moses and Plato aren't in charge of this buffoonery? I mean, they're your lapdogs these days, aren't they?
They're on other important business, Santino. And Lupus, I don't understand why, but he specifically asked for you.
He's
Really?
got a problem with foxes?
Moses and Plato have known Mr. Lupus for some time. But if you want to know more, ask them.
I will. We've been so close to them lately.
Really? I think I missed a scene or something.
Yeah, he definitely is the epitome of the old dog. Even though he's a bit militant, actually. He's been characterized, at least so far, as essentially wanting a police state in Clawville. And I don't think that, like, his harmlessness here is particularly indicative of him as a character. Alright, so can we leave? We can. And we can only go to Son's place.
To be frank, whatever Blood Boil said, I did have a choice. I always have. For example, I could have told him to go to hell. But I had a feeling that this business with Mr. Lupus might be oddly connected to what happened to Frank. And to what's happening at the Hive, for that matter. Or am I seeing things now? Either way, Lewis was an old friend of mine, and he always moved in pretty high places. I wanted to find out more about the wolf and the upcoming party, so this was the perfect chance to question him. I hoped I'd written his number down in my phone book.
That he has. However, I do want to say that if Lupus cheating with Meredith is connected to the Chicken Police and that she wrote the novel, she's personally met with them, and apparently that they've had a case in her stead. They've done a case in her stead. I think that Meredith slept with Lupus to get the Chicken Police to that premiere, and that she's working either for Mongrel Mick or for somebody who wants the Chicken Police to witness or be there, be witness to something there, or just to be there, to make a show or spectacle of something, to send a message to Clawville. Even if it is somebody within the Hive. Somebody within the Hive who really wants to prove that the Hive isn't to be fucked with. That they aren't just going to sit down under the King's beck and call. Type of thing. I think that's where this is going. And I believe it's 934. 555-934. It does, and it seems very on brand for a lot of the denizens of the Hive. 932. Okay, I was very close. 932.
Let's see.
You know, I hear a lot of shit about people getting confused by rotary phones and how to operate them. They're so fucking simple. It's genuinely so simple. I don't see how anybody could be confused by how anybody could be confused by the dialing mechanism here. Sure, it's unorthodox considering the way we do it is like on normal keypads is very straightforward, but this isn't like rocket science.
Hey, Lewis, old buddy. It's Sonny.
Sonny, how can I help you?
I need that clever skull between your huge, fluffy ears.
I'm so sorry, but I'm in a hurry. I'm supposed to be at the premiere of a major motion picture.
Is that so, El Wolf?
Have you heard of it?
Have I heard of it? I'm the guest of honor. I mean, next to the king, of course.
Well, that's wonderful. So, can we go together?
Yeah, that'd be great. Look, just come by when you're ready and we'll go.
I'm jumping right away!
Thanks, buddy.
Oh, I love Lewis. Oh,
That
is he
went
here?
smoothly. I suspected that he was invited to the party. He's never missed one. And if the king is also attending, Lewis will take any opportunity to restore his once illustrious family to its former glory. Besides, I was very much hoping that he might have some useful information about Lupus, the king, and the other guests in general. He might even have a clue as to who might want to harm the Silent Wolf.
Does that mean we're not going to be able to go and do a suit and tie? No. I was really, really hoping to get into a suit and tie. I wonder if we interact with anything around the room, if Lewis will comment on it.
Farewell, my lovely.
Nope.
I have a funny feeling that what goes into these will never see the light of day again. Like a string stretched to the breaking point. But who will play the last note?
Alright, no. That's what
Louis
it's gonna
C. Hayworth. Old friend. If it wasn't for him, I might be living in a homeless shelter. He helped me to find a place to live. And of course, get me clear of the booze. His heart is probably bigger than his ears.
No, I do like it. I do like... He has a very smooth noir detective sound to him. The guy who does his voice is great. He's also been in other things, though. For the life of me, I can't remember what else he's been in. But he has a pretty full, I don't want to say repertoire, but he's been in a lot of things. Even if it's not like as the main star voice actor, like he is in here. He's been in a lot of things.
There was always something strange about the old rabbit. I could never figure out exactly what it was, but whenever I needed help, he always jumped in without a word. There was always something... Thanks for jumping in already, Lewis.
Anytime for you, Sonny, anytime. Tell me, what's this about? And how did you get invited to the party? No offense, but...
Do I look out of place?
I just know you don't like these kind of fancy events.
You got that right. I didn't really have a choice. It's work-related.
Is Blood Boil expecting some trouble at the premiere?
He's not, but someone is. A certain Cassidy Lupus.
Oh, my God. The star of the loudest howl?
None other. But don't tell me you get weak at the knees when you hear his name.
Oh, come on. Not at all.
Thanks to the great wild ones. Seems like everyone's in love with this guy.
Well, he is, after all, the biggest movie star of our time.
Since we're going together, and since I know you're usually well-informed...
Well, my ears must be good.
Can you tell me a few
Just
things
wink.
about the soiree? As much as possible. I want to be prepared for the culture shock of my life.
Sure, Sonny. Ask away.
The lion's den. Better not to disturb.
I can't go into our bedroom. I really want to see inside Sonny's bedroom. I want to see the absolute monstrosity of a mess that has occurred in there.
Well?
I'll get my thoughts together in a moment.
Take your time, Sonny.
Really? Really? We're doing this, huh?
How are you these days, bunny ears? Even though we live in the same building, I hardly ever see you.
The Atlas Hotel is huge, Sonny. And lately, I've been spending a lot of time locked up in my suite. And when I have to go, I have to work abroad.
What kind of work?
You know, Sonny, ever since my parents' fortune ran out, I've had to work like regular people. But I'm not complaining. Business has been good lately.
If I didn't know you so well, I'd think you were avoiding the subject. So what kind of business is it exactly?
Oh, it's nothing really. Mostly real estate.
You haven't even renovated the Atlas yet.
What goes around comes around, Sonny.
I'm glad you're doing well. You've suffered a lot and you deserve it.
Oh, come on. That's nothing compared to your everyday life, Mr. Star Detective.
You still think it's romantic after all these years, even in today's world?
If I had another life, I'd want to be a Clawville detective too.
Damn your taste.
Being a little bit avoidant on the... He does have an eye patch. That's what that is. I see. But, yeah. Come to think of it, he's being very avoidant of the topic. I wonder... Did he maybe work on the renovated textile factory that would become Mongrel Mix headquarters? Is he maybe in league with Mick? Maybe I'm getting paranoid.
Listen, pal, I don't want to be indiscreet, but...
Ah! You're asking about my eye.
Exactly. What's the deal with it?
I've been traveling a lot lately. I've been going to some dangerous places.
What do you mean?
You know the real estate business. Basically, I buy up abandoned buildings, like this one, the Atlas Hotel. Then I renovate it and sell it for a lot more money.
That's understandable. But your eye.
Well, yes. Sometimes I have to go to places that are too dangerous for a simple real estate agent. Have you ever been to the Taroko colonies?
Oh, they say pretty wild things about them.
It's beautiful, and the capital is a wonder to behold. But unfortunately, its jungles are still teeming with animals that are still quite wild.
You're not restoring an ancient pyramid, are you?
No, not at all. But let's just say, I'm too far from the safety of the capital.
You don't really want to talk about it in detail, do you?
If you don't mind, it's still fresh.
I understand.
Okay. I was kind of thinking that maybe Mongrel Mick blackmailed him by taking his eye. That's very on brand for Mick. Taking somebody's arm, their tail, like he did with Zip. He took Zip's tail. He was ripping apart insects and stuff like that. It's very on brand for Mongrel Mick to be taking body parts. I'm still not entirely convinced that Lewis is telling the truth here. So it could very well be that Mick has him by the balls.
So the king will be present, right?
Oh, not only will he be present, the whole premiere will be in his honor.
How come?
For one thing, the king is a big fan of cinema. But there's another reason.
Which is?
The king's reputation is in tatters. Gangs are ransacking the city, and the crown and the police seem helpless.
Thanks.
Just the facts, Sonny. Elwooth is about the founding war, when Clawville was torn apart by multiple powers, and the first true king of Clawville brought order.
So the situation today is symbolically tied to the founding war.
Exactly. And he is the great king who brings order to chaos.
It's all political posturing.
What isn't these days? But I'd say it's more a kind of self-reflection. The people of the city have less and less sympathy for the king who lives in seclusion in his citadel. He needs to step out among the people.
Well, a fancy movie premiere isn't exactly a typical case of going out among the people.
True, but it's a start.
Kinda. Still, this isn't like our Hector.
You got that right. It's his new advisor's doing. She's pretty serious about image building.
The new advisor, huh? I thought I'd heard of her, but I'm not sure.
Is she the fox on the front cover?
Everybody's heard of her.
I usually don't care about these things.
Until you get involved.
Well, I guess I'm a little involved now.
Don't worry, Sonny. The king is bread and butter. I know. I worked for him.
You worked for him? For the king? I missed that one.
Oh, you know, back in the old days, when I was young, the king could use my personal connections and my ability to blend in easily in any environment.
Yeah? Well, that's fascinating. Thanks, Lewis. What do you know about Mr. Cassidy Lupus? You know him personally?
I wouldn't say that, but we've crossed paths. Our acquaintance is rather superficial.
Do you go to parties like this often?
Oh, more and more, thankfully. Ever since word got out that I've got some serious real estate in the colonies, I'm welcome back in high circles.
I'm glad for you. So what do you know about this buffoon?
Well, just a few things. He's quite a gambler, likes money and women. Not very good with either of them, though. His father was a serious con man who came out of nowhere and made himself quite a fortune.
Oh, really? That's interesting.
Oh, but he's mostly harmless. Today, he's the star. Tomorrow, someone else will be. And I think he already feels the rope around his neck.
He must feel a rope because he hired me to protect him tonight.
Oh, is that what this is about? That's why they invited you to the party.
I wouldn't call it an invitation, more like an order. A stinky, dog-mouth-smelling order.
Well, it's understandable. Lupus is a great friend of the king. When he asks for a favor, it's only natural that Blood Boil would jump at the chance.
You know, my friend, I don't like the idea of us having to go to such lengths to curry favor with the crown. We used to be more independent.
No, you weren't, Sonny. You just weren't into politics.
I don't like it now either.
Life's not just laughter and rainbows, is it?
There are no rainbows in Clawville, Lewis. That's for sure.
Ever the cynic.
Listen, Lewis. Have you seen a strange woman coming and going lately?
Are you dating, Sonny? Finally! Are you...
No, it's not that. A woman came to see me in a black robe.
Oh, very mysterious.
She was. Only then she disappeared, just as mysteriously, like I was dreaming the whole thing.
I don't know. I didn't see anything like that. But like I said, most of the time I'm locked up in my suite, or I'm abroad. I rarely walk the halls of the Atlas anymore.
Well, thanks anyway, pal.
You're welcome, Sonny.
Oh, yeah, finally we can talk about the new advisor. Is she the fox lady on... That's what I'm really wondering. Is she the fox lady on the cover?
So what about this new advisor?
She appeared out of nowhere after her predecessor mysteriously died.
Huh. And no one found that suspicious?
Well, the previous advisor was quite fond of life. They never found out what killed him exactly, but they found so many different substances in his system. It could have been anything.
I see. And that's when the new advisor came on the scene.
Partially. In fact, she'd been on good terms with the king for some time.
How so?
Have you heard of the new Unity Church?
Their leaflets and posters are everywhere.
It's an organization that welcomes members of all other religions. They're a charity. They are working for a new, better world to come.
Yeah, at least that's the slogan.
Yeah, something like that.
So they twisted the king's head off with his bullshit.
Pretty much. But for now, he's only seen the upside. He's been showing up more and more in public. He's a generous benefactor. He advertises that he's fighting the gangs and the rest.
And you believe that?
Maybe I do. But that woman, there's something really weird about her. When you meet her in person, you'll understand.
Well, I can't wait.
Shall we go?
I think so. Take a deep breath.
Hey, Sonny? Everything all right?
Yeah, just,
You don't really like crowds, do you?
What? How do you know that?
I used to be like that. You get used to it. Take deep, long breaths slowly. If that doesn't help, spot an object in the room and focus all your attention on it.
What is this hocus pocus?
Just take my word for it. It'll help you.
Okay, thanks, I guess. Now let's get going.
After you, Sonny.
Alrighty then. New clue. Oh. After trying to hide it, Monica has something on her mind I'm worried about. Not that one. All good souls according to Zep, no. Like a fortress. Zenaida thinks that if we follow Thank's trail, we'll surely end up in the clown's trap. I believe so as well. Frank and Zelina. Lost melodies. Donkus' hand is broken. Okay, so we figured that out. Strange souvenir. That they are. Between Lupus and the director. A certain Mr. Vidor. Don't get along. Could that be a motive? Prepare for the party. Maybe I can speak to Monica about it. Yeah, we spoke to Monica. Link between Lewis and the king. Lewis mentioned that he helped the king with when he was young because of his good connections and ability to blend in. I mean that Lewis helped Hector with going out and about. They're a lot more present in this game than they were in the previous one, where it was essentially the animals were either for a joke or more so to like quickly off of a glance determine how a character was going to be presented or how they were going to be acting. In this one there's more, I guess, They're more present. There are a lot more mannerisms like that. Oh. We can go to Marty's nest. Okay, so we have to go pick Marty up. Okay. Not the awkward car ride back to JPEG.
Ah, have you finally found your lost love?
Don't be silly, Marty. I am not in a good mood.
Sonny's a little panicked about the party, but it's not that bad.
Hey, that's personal.
Was. Hi, Lewis.
Hey, Martin. Everything all right?
Sort of. I'm not sure where I'll sleep tonight, but, yeah.
I'm glad everyone's so happy today.
Looking normal, Sonny? I knew you weren't gonna dress up.
I'll do it at my funeral. But I see you didn't put in much effort either.
Well, how am I gonna look in a tux next to you, huh?
And Laura wasn't in the mood to iron your clothes, huh?
Yeah.
Sorry, buddy. I didn't mean to. It was a reflex.
As usual. But you're right, by the way.
You two haven't made up yet.
I wouldn't say that. It's a little more complicated, but I think I can stay. For a while.
Well, that's something, isn't it?
Yeah, well.
So, shall we go?
Yep, let's get going.
Guy.
At least the rain of clothes is gone. I hope they don't predict another storm in the near future. At least the rain of clothes.
When we initially came here at the beginning of the game, Sonny's wife, Laura, had kicked him out of his home, of his apartment here. And, apparently they're practically on the cusp of divorce.
What is it?
What's what?
What are you looking at?
Me? Nothing.
Yeah, I saw you staring. What's the matter? You can tell me.
Oh, don't give me that psychobabble crap. There's nothing.
You're scared, huh?
I'm what?
Relax, old cock. Everything's gonna be
Old
fine. You're not gonna get eaten by those nasty, evil, beautiful, rich animals.
Will you shut up? Or I'm not taking you with me.
Okay, okay. So, shall we go?
What? Bad memories of standing around here, huh?
Haha, you're very funny.
This is so exciting. I can't believe I'm on patrol with the chicken police.
It's just a ride, Lewis. Don't overreact.
You know what? Don't listen to him. I like your enthusiasm.
Thanks, Martin.
He's adorable. Fucking love Lewis.
Huh? What is it?
Nothing. Nothing. Let's go.
Sonny's funny. Can we go? We can go to the Ivory Palace. Okay. Oh, it's right in the center of town, basically. Okay. The Great Fire Memorial Park. There. I'm just letting it zoom in a little bit so I can see more of the town because I am rather curious as to the layout of Clawville. Here's the Royal Palace. I didn't even realize that, yeah. I didn't realize that it was all so compacted. I wonder if this is the entire city, or if there are more roads within the grid. Or if these are all of the roads. If so, then it doesn't seem like the largest city ever. I wonder what the scale of Clawville is. Anyway, apologies. Martin in the back! Oh.
So we were standing in front of this huge, shiny building. 3 out-of-place figures, full of doubts and questions. Meanwhile, the guests kept arriving. The cream of Clawville's high society. If I can say one thing, I certainly wasn't expecting this twist. But there was nothing to be done. I knew I had to swallow my distaste and survive the night, somehow. I couldn't wait to see Monica. I hoped she would keep her promise.
I wonder if we never talked to Monica at the desk, at the front desk, if we never used that ask topic, if she would ever show up. If it was going to be like a Deus Ex Machina where she was just going to pop up no matter what. Or if she only shows up if we talk to her. And hi, how you doing, War? How's it going? How are you today? You just get off work?
Well, I'm off to mingle. Thanks for the ride, guys.
Have fun, Lewis. We'll be right there.
Wow, he bunny hopped out of here fast.
He doesn't want to be seen with the likes of us. I can understand that. I wouldn't either. Hey, what's wrong with you?
Laura Stern? And Bauer Michaels? Aaron J. Hallenhall? And Ruby Ray Ramone?
Everything okay, Marty?
These are all the biggest stars, Sonny. Not just in Clawville, but in the whole world.
I thought you had a stroke.
Don't be an ass. I can't believe we're here.
Really? Is it that big of a deal?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Jeez. So, are we going in? Let's get this over with as quickly as possible.
I'm not gonna let you crush my enthusiasm with your negativosity.
Oh, really? Is that a new word? Where did you learn that?
Fuck you, Sonny.
Coco Camel. Would you guys shop at somewhere called Coco Camel? What do you think they sell? Do you think they sell like hot chocolate? Is it like a cafe? Maybe like a chocolate shop or a candy shop, something like that? Something real high society, even like decadent beans. You think they get them from all around the world? Do you think it's really run by a camel? Police state, dog state, dead state.
This should have been scraped off before the premiere.
Blood Boil must have been pissed about it.
Huh, I'll say.
Do you really think they think that? I mean, the people of the city? After all the sacrifices we've made for them?
They're caught between two fires, Marty. You can't blame them. On one hand, they're being squeezed by increasingly feral criminal gangs. And on the other, well, there's the harsh police restrictions and temporary curfews.
They've done nothing. Still, they get the short end of the stick, huh?
That's right.
But still, really blaming us? We're literally dying for them. Just think of the Great Massacre.
They'll understand one day, when their grandchildren read about these times in
Coffee
history
time.
books.
Well, that's small comfort to those who get shot in the line of duty.
It is indeed. But it's also true the other way around.
You mean police brutality?
Kind of. Think about the ones who die from a stray bullet instead of a gang member.
There's no such thing as black and white, huh?
I see you've grown up. No, Marty, and there never was. But don't let that put you off. In fact, when you realize that, it's quite a liberating feeling.
Really? Well, I don't feel free yet.
You'll get used to it.
I'm doing pretty well, Willer. I'm doing pretty well. I'm talking very, very well today, as you can see. The day didn't start off great, but I'm just happy to be playing some Chicken Police and winding down a little bit. It's quite the eventful morning. The kind where you don't even get the chance to brush your teeth before it gets going, you know? But yeah, I'm, played some For Honor yesterday night. I am very sorry to hear that. I hope it went well. I'm actually curious to see this in color. It's almost exactly the same. Okay. I'm glad that they didn't neglect noir mode like they could have. Because I was really worried that because they had colorized everything as one of the big, like, selling points of this game, whereas the previous game was completely in black and white, with little Sin City-esque red bits like this in colorized parts to show either prominence or to direct one's eye or gaze to a specific part of the screen or scene. Like Natasha's eyes, which is a huge reference to Sin City 2, by the way. Stuff like that. I'm glad that they didn't neglect this game because they had colorized everything, that they didn't just leave everything in noir mode as a crappy black and white filter. And I wonder how they accomplished that. Like, is this an overlay that's not affected by noir mode? So like the background and everything is one static image that has the black and white filter applied to it. And then this mural here is like an overlay over top of that, which would make sense actually, considering if you look right here, it doesn't follow the contour of the wall. It kind of looks like it was painted on. It's a static image. So it could be that that's what they did. It could be, for sure. I am really curious as to how they accomplished that.
Can we still fix it? I don't know. Maybe. Lately, I think there might be hope. Somewhere deep beneath the shit pile.
Middle of November and it feels like it's like 25 degrees.
Can we still fix it? I don't know. Maybe. Lately, I think there might be hope. Somewhere deep.
What about this mysterious
Hey, is this
line
guy everywhere?
If we jumped into the car and drove to the police station right now, he'd be there too.
You think so?
I'm sure of it.
Ugh, I've got chicken bumps.
Oh, this is a madman from the beginning. The guy who was like standing in the police station, the lion guy. I don't know if any of you ever caught that, but they called him a bum. When we asked Monica about it, she didn't know what he was doing there.
Could he be Lupus's secret stalker? Nah.
Did you know that the Ivory Palace was the most famous cabaret in the wilderness before it was turned into a cinema?
What cabaret?
Well, you know, easy women, long thighs flying everywhere, skirts twirling, screams of pleasure, lots of booze and smoke and...
Okay, I get it. Don't get too excited.
So, yeah, this was the famous Cat Litter Cabaret.
Wow. Well, it sounds, intriguing. Thanks for the history lesson, kid.
Anytime, Boss Bird.
Not a bad place for a first date.
Yeah, Marty has a thing for... Alright, don't take this out of context. Marty has a thing for predators.
This guy's more than the actual star, Sonny. This guy's a symbol.
He's quite depressing in person.
Well, yeah, I thought he'd be a bit of a stronger character, I admit, but it shows what magic cinema can do.
You're really into this stuff, aren't you?
This is the future, Sonny. In fact, I imagine there will be a time when we can be part of the movies ourselves, like players.
Really? That sounds, interesting.
You're just saying.
Yeah, I was just saying. I could imagine Marty on a poster like this. Or even Monica.
Oh, are we finally getting some Monica and Sunny chemistry going in? They were kind of hinting at it in the previous game. I know they've been leaning into it, especially in the beginning chapter here. I wonder if they're going to be leaning a little bit more.
This is not
into
my
it.
kind of thing.
What about these fancy folks?
To the great wild ones, it's been a long time since I felt so out of place.
Come on, Sonny. There'll be so many celebrities here, you won't even be noticed.
I hope so.
Don't worry, boss. If anybody tries to talk to you, I'll jump in front of you like a meat shield.
Thanks, buddy.
If you ever want to see something really funny, or visit, go to my old Chicken Police VODs, and I believe it's in the second VOD, where we get to see a brothel. And just Marty's reactions to like all of the things that you can interact with in the brothel is absolutely hilarious. It is my favorite part of the game, is the brothel. Just because of the chemistry and the character interactions in that game.
These animals have no idea what goes on behind the walls of their ivory towers.
Neither they are perfectly aware.
I both pity and envy them.
Oh my. There's Blood Boil.
Hello, boys.
Monica, what are you doing here?
There's someone here who needed me. So here I am.
Wow, really? So who's the lucky guy? Wait, what? No. You're not saying that you and him...
Oh, it's not a date, Marty. Sonny just asked me to be here tonight.
For backup.
Yeah, for backup.
Ah, I get it. Backup, of course.
Marty, please.
Can you feel that? Something in the air. What is it? Maybe love?
Shut up, Marty.
Hey, that's not your line.
Hey, thanks, Mon.
You're welcome, Bossbird.
But really, thanks, sweetheart.
Anytime.
What are you guys whispering about? You're not talking behind my back, are you?
What? Oh, Marty, come on. Let's go say hi to some fancy-ass celebrities.
Ooh, yeah.
I do wonder then, because she's not in frame here, is she? No, she is. Okay, she's there. Okay. She's kind of in a non-central location, so I do wonder if maybe, just maybe talking to her back there did trigger her to be here. Are there really branching paths in this one? Because in the last one, there wasn't really very many branching paths. You could do, like, some side content, but most of it was mandatory.
You came. I never doubted it for a second, but I am surprised.
That's not how that works.
Thank you for being here, Mon.
Aw, cute. Let's talk to Lewis.
Bunny Man is living his best life here. With his eye patch, he looks like the main villain in some cheap spy movie. With his eye patch, he... Well, Lewis, everything all right?
Couldn't be better, Sonny. They say the film is going to be a masterpiece, and the king is supposed to be arriving soon.
I can't wait.
Oh, don't be so cynical, Sonny. Being nice to the king can't be all bad.
You know, I don't think we're gonna find common ground, but, you never know, huh?
Now you're talking. Finally something positive from you, old friend.
Must
quite
be
positive.
the champagne.
But we haven't had any yet. Really, where can I get a drink around here?
Haven't you learned anything from last time?
I don't want it for myself, but I'm sure it'll loosen you up a bit.
You don't want to see me drunk, Marty.
I'd like to see you both drunk. Okay, that sounded weird.
A little.
Just a
Yeah.
teeny weeny bit.
Lewis, please. Reserve room 3.
Listen, Lewis, I always trusted you. Could you keep your eyes open for me?
Both of them.
Marty.
What? Oh, furry heavens, sorry. I didn't mean to be so rude. Please turn a blind eye to that.
All right, Marty, that's enough.
Really?
But I'm not doing it on purpose.
Come on, it's nothing. And of course, you can count on me, Sonny. Are we on some kind of a secret mission?
Just keep an eye out in case you see or hear anything interesting. Okay?
You can count on me, big guy.
I was a real first-class jerk, right?
Correct.
Oh, okay, we can't ask anything new. Hello, Mr. Boyle. No, nothing new to talk to him about. Nothing Monica there.
Mr. Tank himself. At least there's one other person besides me who doesn't fit in.
Mr. Tank. Oh my god, I get the new nickname now because he's in a wheelchair. Oh my god, that's so mean. But so funny at the same time. You know, honestly, that's not even like the worst thing to call somebody. Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, of all the nicknames to get, if you were in a wheelchair, I guess Tank wouldn't be the worst. You could turn that into something kind of cool. You could be like, hell yeah, I'm a fucking tank.
Sir,
So you came. I am glad to see you.
We had no choice, sir, but I'm glad we're still able to surprise you.
Just keep a close eye on Mr. Lupus. His fears may be unjustified, but if they're not, and you're not around...
We'll be watching, sir. You have our word.
Good. Now go and blend in.
As if it were so easy.
You'll find a way, chickens.
The old dog is right. If anything happens to the wolf, we'll be fried chicken.
And who are you?
This woman, she gives me goosebumps. I mean, chicken bumps.
Yeah, I can't believe she dumped us for Moses and Plato. What a cat. Still, that physique.
Huh? Huh?
You know, Marty, I'm seriously impressed that you see the point in every situation.
Thanks, boss.
I think he might be the point in this situation. It's a good thing the text box covers it. Dump test for Moses and Plato. What are you talking about? Wait a minute. Bloated guy.
I never thought we'd have anything to do with this woman, other than those damn books.
Is that Meredith? Oh.
I never thought we'd have any...
Feathery gods, that's Charles Rufus Vidor.
They're saying some pretty awful things about him.
Every genius is a little loony, right?
Oh, he's more than a little loony. He's a real big-time predator.
He seems like a fun guy. He's so... chubby.
Yeah, with poisonous spikes.
Oh, he's a pufferfish.
There's something toxic about this schmuck.
A pufferfish, huh? Can we just leave? No. That we could just leave. I'm curious to see what the codex says about him. A long-spined porcupine fish. Okay. Director, actor, producer, and allegedly insufferable bloated bladder. Oh, this is the director of the film. Okay. He's the director of the new Clawville blockbuster A Wolf, which stars Cassandra Ruby Faye and Cassidy Lupus. They both said it was a terrible shoot, with the primary reason being the insufferably violent and arrogant director. Interesting. So wait, why is Meredith here, of all people? Ah, and this is Lupus's wife. What was her name? Faye?
Sonny, my heart.
Oh my god, are you having a heart attack?
I'm gonna die here.
Damn it, Marty, take a deep breath.
Is that Cassandra Ruby Faye?
What?
I can't believe I get to see her in person.
You big, stupid, feathered bastard. I thought you were gonna die here.
Wow, me too for a second.
I swear I'll kill you myself.
If she talks to me, I'll die anyway.
You're such an asshole.
Oh, Marty. Marty.
This babe. I'm not gonna lie. It's like she's just stepped off the silver screen.
That reminds me. I totally forgot. How could you guys not remind me? I need to blend in. How could any of you forget? I'm all... There we go. I have to blend in. Nobody told me. Brotherhood dynamics. True. Anything else to interact with? Oh, we can talk to Mom.
Hey, Mon. Thanks again.
For what? I was just escorting Blood Boil.
Yeah, right. You can't fool me. I ain't no stupid bird. No, I'm not.
Martin, you're imagining things again.
You read too many conspiracy theories.
Hey, don't get in my head and try to make me look dumber than I am, okay?
Okay. You're right.
What about Laura, Marty?
Well, I guess I can stay home for tonight.
Hey, well, that's something.
Yep, something.
Cheer up, you big bird. It'll all work out in the end.
Thanks, Mon. I hope so.
Thank you for being here, Mon.
Cute. So we can't talk. I'm curious to talk to the director.
Sonny,
Mr. Featherland?
You're both right.
I've been looking forward to meeting the famous chicken police in the flesh.
You know who we are? You're Charles Rufus Vidor, the director of El Wolf and a myriad of other movie wonders.
Is he the same voice actor as, Blood Boil, who, by the way, is actually voiced by, the same guy who does Uncle Vesemir in The Witcher 3. By the way. I learned that while looking through the IMDb page, of this game. It was rather surprising. I guess it wasn't surprising because he has, like, a very distinct voice, but it was just surprising that he would be in this.
Looking at his partner, I'm not surprised he knows who we are, Marty. Hello, Meredith.
Sonny, Martin, how surprising to see you here.
Well, it's a surprise to see you too, believe me. How are you? Looking for inspiration for a new book?
As a matter of fact, one of her books will soon be made into one of my movies.
One of the Chicken Police stories?
No, not at all.
You know, at one time, I would have liked to have made a film about you chickens, but it wouldn't have been good for business. You understand, all those nasty rumors.
Nasty rumors?
They say all kinds of things, am I right? For instance, that you're the reason these horrible criminal gangs are flooding the city.
Oh, is that all? It's nothing.
And that you may have even planned the assassination of the head of the Westler Empire at the request of a rival gang. But I wouldn't bore you with such nonsense. Animals can be cruel, can't they?
That is an understatement.
Yeah. Well, that's a little more disturbing indeed, but if you ever want to make a movie about
sure.
the famous Chicken Police, we're ready for
Martin,
it.
please.
Oh, no, young man, that ship has sailed. But I have heard of two other aspiring detectives.
Please. No. Not them.
Moses and Plato. That's their name. Well, I think it was.
Oh, that's it. It's over. Kill me, Sonny, please.
It's for the best, Marty. Filmmaking isn't a life insurance policy these days.
Well, what do you mean?
We're here for a reason, but the rest, unfortunately, is classified information.
I see. Interesting.
Our life is always like that. All excitement and danger. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Meredith. Is she voiced by the same lady who does Natasha in the last game?
Tell me, did everything go well with the shooting of El Wolf?
Shoot never goes well, Mr. Featherland. And when the stars are so sensitive, like Mr. Lupus and Ms. Fay,
And?
scandal is almost inevitable.
Scandal.
Goodness.
Do you not read the papers?
Sonny? No, not really.
Look, I had a few run-ins with Mr. Lupus, that's all I can say. But like I said, they're pretty common on set. He's an egotistical actor. I'm a great director. And the two don't always go together.
Have you ever threatened him?
What?
Sonny, are you sure you're...
It's an innocent question. You can answer yes or no.
No, at least not in the sense of what you're insinuating, sir.
And what am I insinuating?
That I threatened to kill him. No, it never happened.
I see. Thank you.
Interesting that he jumps to that conclusion. The stream's been going pretty well, Liz. I'm just honestly happy to be playing Chicken Police again. It was almost 2 weeks since the last time we played, so I'm very happy to be getting back into it.
I got what I wanted from him. For now.
For sure, him immediately jumping to killing him is definitely definitely interesting.
Meredith H. Marble.
Sonny Featherland.
I am genuinely surprised to see you here.
I am always at events like these.
I bet. But running into you at Mr. Lupus's movie premiere, of all things.
What are you implying, detective? Are you trying to play cat and mouse with me? I know your methods. I've written 10 books about you.
You only write about what you think you know.
I honestly do not know what you mean. Why shouldn't I be here, today of all days?
Tell me, how well do you know Mr. Lupus?
Oh, is that what this is about? I do not know what you know, or what you think you know. But my conscience is clear.
Is that so?
I hope you're not trying to make a scene.
Oh, no, I would never do that.
That question perhaps belongs in the first game, Liz.
I'm done for now. Maybe I'll have more questions later.
Certainly. Okay. Time to speak.
Long live the king.
This sculpture portrays our dear Hector as a little more valiant than he really is.
True, but still, aren't you excited to meet the king today?
Excited? No, I wouldn't use that word. I'm a little curious.
Is there anything in this world that makes your feet leave the ground?
I think there is, but she's already left the country.
Now there's 2 women I can think of.
Shut your beak, Marty.
Came back from the gym, I feel ya. Enjoy your cleanliness. It will not last long in this game. There's plenty more tiger ladies where this came from.
The king, huh? After all, he's just an animal. Even if he's more equal than his equals.
Oh, I forgot we can zoom in, yeah. That's certainly a look. Armor as well. Interesting. Well, we can get an even better look at Vidor here. Why do her legs look photoshopped? Mm-hmm. No.
Finally, you're here. I've been worried to death.
To death?
Oh, please, it's not funny.
It is a little.
Have you had a good look around? Have you questioned everyone?
Questioned? Why would we do that?
You might find out something.
This isn't how it works. We're here to observe, that's all. And we don't get paid overtime for that.
I told you, money's not a problem.
Don't worry, you'll be fine. We're here to look after you.
Stop being such a chicken, Cassidy. The chicken police are here.
You Cassandra Ruby Faye.
To the best of my knowledge, I am.
And you know who we are?
Silly. Of course I do. Who wouldn't?
Hold me, Sonny. I think I'm gonna faint.
Hold still, you big oaf. Excuse me, ma'am. My partner's a bit of a bird brain.
You're funny.
Are we? Well, that's good to know.
Ignore Cassidy. The Premier is getting to him. It's like that before all his big movies.
Well, anything, try to enjoy the evening. We'll be here if you need anything.
Thank you, Detective.
He said anything.
See, Paw? You'll be all right in here.
Don't call me that in front of people. I've told you 1,000 times.
Adorable. Paw. That's adorable.
Is everything okay with the guests? Is there anyone who might disturb you?
But Mr. Featherline, what do you mean?
Land, feather land. Maybe someone you know but wish you didn't?
Please, not in front of Cassandra.
Ah, you must mean Mr. Vidor. Well, if so, you're absolutely right, Detective. The man is an animal. He's a monster. And after this film, I never want to work with him again.
Oh, yes, of course, darling. We're certainly not working with him anymore.
That's good to know. I'm glad you two are in sync. There are no secrets or anything.
It's rare these days.
Detectives, please, can we enjoy our evening?
Oh, yes, of course. Be my guest.
Sonny, you are evil.
You think so? Maybe, a little bit. But I was playing it soft. The wolf's reaction said a lot about the situation.
A wolf with a cat obsession. For the big wild ones, I never would have guessed.
There are 3 games in the Wilderness canon currently. There is Chicken Police Paint It Red, which is the first game ever released. There's Zip's Cafe, which is a sort of intermission between Paint It Red and Into the Hive, which is this game. And it takes place as a side story, sort of during the events of this. No, sorry. It's completely before the events of this game. Apologies. But it's not required to understand the story. It just adds supplemental information. It was really more of a teaser to, like, bridge the gap between the two games because there was such a big wait. Because the first one, I believe, it released in 2020. And then this one, of course, released just a couple weeks ago. So.
Says the chicken who married a cougar.
Hey, you're being mean again.
Yeah, you're right. It's a habit. I'll leave him alone for now, but of course I'll keep an eye on him while I'm here.
I haven't introduced myself yet. My name is Cassandra Ruby Faye. Nice to meet you all.
You know what? I am ecstatic for the next game. There are 2 extra games that are planned to be coming out. Neither of which are Chicken Police. One of them is called Moses and Plato, The Last Train to Clawville. And that one is, I believe, a prequel. I believe it's a prequel. But it takes place, I think it's like a whodunit on a train. And then the second game's called Wild Tactics. And it's a tactic shooter. Kind of like a... kind of like XCOM. Now, this entire setup here, I think they want us to run through all of the potential people, like run through everybody's dialogue before we progress. I think we're gearing up for a whodunit in the theater.
For the love of the wild ones, is it you? In the flesh? You're even more, you know.
I don't really know what you mean, but it's sweet of you.
You're beautiful.
Oh, my. Please, a little quieter.
Sorry. I mean, yes, I said it. You're a knockout,
I'm going
you
to
know.
die
I'm
here.
married and I love her, but
dying of cringe.
I mean, I
Cringe
love
is
your
flowing through my
movies
body.
Okay, Marty.
I'm
Take
dead.
it easy.
I'm completely
Everything's
dead.
gonna be fine.
Kill me.
Take
now.
a deep breath.
Marty,
I'm
somebody
really
shoot him.
very honored and pleased to have made such an impression on you, but it's a bit awkward for me.
Sometimes I forget how excited he can get. Excuse us.
But he'll be all right, won't he?
Don't worry, lady. This isn't the first time he's got like this. Have you seen anything strange? Anything interesting happen?
Other than everyone being a braggart and me feeling like some village bumpkin who got lost in the royal court, nothing worth mentioning.
You're telling me. I feel like a lump of coal in a chest full of diamonds.
It's actually the other way round. You know, Sonny, not everything that glitters is gold.
Yeah, maybe.
King reveal. Very loud. Did he just wink? What a nerd.
An impressive entrance, if I ever saw one.
Indeed it is.
Who could that woman be? You don't think she's...
Yes, I do, Marty. She's the king's new advisor. And from the looks of her, probably a lot more than that.
Oh, hush my heart. Why is there always a heartbreaking femme fatale behind everything?
Maybe the world is testing you.
Yeah, maybe. But if Laura finds out what kind of environment I was in, she'll bite my head off. And I mean that.
Come on, Marty. Just take a deep breath and enjoy the evening. So, shall we talk to the king?
Well, you don't have to ask me twice.
Let's get to it. Your Majesty, dear lady.
If it isn't the world-famous chicken police, Sonny Featherland and McMurdoch?
McChicken. Milady, Marty McChicken.
Ah, yes, exactly. Marty McChicken, silly me. I've always been terrible with names.
Ah, don't worry about it. I keep forgetting it myself.
Mommy? Sorry. Mommy, I meant sorry.
Are you investigating even now? If you ask me, with all the sinners here, the whole hall could be arrested right away.
Well, it's nice to finally meet you, ma'am. You know, we hear a lot about you.
I can imagine. All bad things?
Nothing else.
Hello,
Oh.
gentlemen. I've heard a lot about you too. Indeed.
This is truly an honor, Your Majesty.
Come on, cut the chit-chat. It's so not like you. I've read a couple of your books, so I know exactly what kind of chaps you are.
Ah, those books again. Well, sir, if I may.
And what adventures! I really admire and envy you fellows. So don't play innocent with me. I know you're a pair of hard-boiled, rotten eggs.
Sir, with all due respect, those books are mostly fiction.
Ah, don't be so modest with me, Mr. Featherland. And you certainly don't need to pretend in front of such a spiritual leader. You see, she can see right into your soul.
You say, spiritual leader?
Hector always exaggerates. There's a small community of souls of which I am indeed the guide. It's called the New Unity Church.
Yeah, I think I've heard of it.
You know, you're much shorter in person than I thought you'd be, Mr. Featherland.
That's why I bring Marty with me everywhere, Your Majesty.
Oh, yes, the humor. I've heard legends about your, unique sense of humor.
Unique. That's a fine way of putting it.
But allow me to introduce formally how shall I say?
I am his advisor and spiritual guide.
You see? That's exactly it. She always helps me out when I'm in trouble.
Really? That's interesting.
It was nice meeting you, Miss...
Kayla.
Just Kayla?
Lady Kayla, to be more precise.
Ah, I see. Lady Kayla.
Now, if you'll excuse us, we need to go mingle. It's sort of a mandatory protocol.
Of course, we understand. Have a nice evening. We'll probably run into each other again.
Of that, I'm sure.
Did you notice...
her legs? Who wouldn't?
No, not that, you dummy. That the king hardly dared speak beside her.
No wonder. I couldn't spit or swallow around her.
It's a bit strange, though. Hector was never the talkative type, but now she answers for him.
Isn't that a counselor's job?
Maybe. But I'm suspicious of this dame.
Of course you are. You can tell she's a demon a mile away, but that doesn't necessarily make him an evil conspirator.
That sentence was a bit contradictory.
Two roosters live in my body, constantly fighting with each other.
Listen, Marty.
Wow, why are you so serious now?
There are two roosters inside you. End of sentence.
We're splitting up.
What do you mean we're splitting up?
In the heat of the party, Blood Boy won't even notice you're gone. If I disappear, he'll notice it right away.
Oh, I see. You mean Frank?
We have to find his body. To do that, we need to know where the factory is and how to get inside.
Okay, great plan.
Is it?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, I thought you didn't want to leave the fancy party.
Come on, Sonny. You know me better than that. Fancy parties or not, Frank was our friend. And this case is more important.
It is. You're right.
Thanks for trusting me, boss.
Who else am I gonna trust?
Okay, I'm on my way. If I hurry, I can catch the midnight bus.
Bus, get the hell out of here. Take my car.
You're serious? I've never driven her before. She's your little rickety treasure.
Just keep her in one piece, okay?
That's not gonna happen.
Me in one piece too, if possible.
Yeah, that's important too. Now go.
Okay, Boss Bird. I'll come back for you, and I'll find out what I need to find out.
You do that, young fella.
Well, how'd he take it?
Surprisingly well. You know, you can say a lot of things about Marty, but you can always count on him in times of trouble.
A real partner, huh?
More than that.
And?
A lover.
What about us?
What about us?
I mean, what's the next step? Here. Tonight?
Oh, yeah.
Well, sure. Subtle.
We're mostly just trying to survive the night. There's one more thing I want to ask the king's new advisor, and it'd be nice if another woman were present. I suspect she'll speak to me in a very different tone.
I'm ready for her.
Take a look at the new faces. Ah, none other than Phil Marlowe. Interesting. What's he investigating? rather intrigued.
What's this? What the hell is Filmar doing here? Filmar Lowe. Everything's falling apart, but he seems to be on the upswing.
I wonder if we'll get a game starring Filmar at some.
Filmar Lowe. Hey, Phil, what are you doing here?
Did you replace Marty? Too bad. Next to a pretty flower like that, you look even worse than before.
Oh, thanks for the compliment, Philip.
Just Filmar. I no longer use that dusty old name.
I understand. Old names are associated with old sins, am I right?
You know a lot more than all of us, Monica.
Thanks, Filmar.
Hey, can I get you some champagne? I'm feeling a bit redundant.
Oh, hello, Sonny.
You didn't answer my question. What are you doing here?
Me? Nothing, really. I worked for someone recently, a secret benefactor who threw me a ticket. Thought I'd check out what this big fuss is about, and it's kind of a letdown.
Your story is plausible.
Believe it or not.
You're not even trying anymore, are you?
We're old, Sonny. We've done this tango too many times.
All right. Enjoy the party, Nighthawk. See you later.
As long as there's champagne, I'll be here.
Just leave some for everyone else.
Fuck you, Sonny.
Just one more thing.
Tell me, my darling.
Don't you find it strange that we always end up in the same place?
I'm just always one step ahead, aren't I?
No, I wouldn't say that.
Simple coincidences, Sonny boy. It's a small town.
This town is gigantic, Phil. Just as gigantic as your stupidity.
Well, I'm not gonna argue with that.
And you evaded the subject again.
Oh, I'm such a professional, right?
Right.
Alright. Anybody else?
What's this? You two together? Where's Martin?
Just powdering his beak, boss. And Monica and I were just talking.
You two aren't, how shall I put it? So you know that you...
I am so tempted to say the bottom one, the neutral cop one. Why is everyone saying fuck you, Sonny? Because that's like... It's like his unofficial slogan. Honestly.
What? No, furry heavens, what are you thinking?
Hey, no need to deny it that hard.
I mean, no, nothing like that, sir.
Nothing like what, Santino?
Well, it depends on what you were thinking.
You're the detective, find out.
That Monica and I, you know, that we're, romantically...
Go on.
But that's not it, I swear.
Yeah, Sonny, we got it. It's clear. Thank you.
Enough, enough. I just wanted to see you blush, Santino. What a sight.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
What a bastard. Can we ask him anything more? No. We can speak
Hey,
to him more,
Lewis,
though.
you all right? You look a little lost.
Sure, Sonny. I'm more of an observer right now.
You haven't really settled back into these circles yet, have you?
No, not at all. But I'll be honest. I'm a little embarrassed if that woman is here.
Which woman?
That woman. Lady Kayla, of course. Around her, the king is quite different. She makes my ears itch.
That's never a good sign.
No, it's not.
Do you think she's leading the king astray?
It's a strange thing. I wouldn't say that. Like she's doing nothing but charity and helping animals in need. Yet there's an inexplicably sinister aura about her.
Yeah, definitely War Visage. It's more of like, it's not a huge AAA project, obviously, but it was successful enough to garner 2 sequels, and there's a lot of community support around the game. But I think it's kind of fallen itself into a bit of like a lot of people just kind of associate it with some... I've heard a lot of people say when I mention it, oh, it's some furry shit. And I think it's kind of caught that stigma, unfortunately. No, unfortunately, I do hear somebody calling me, so I will be right back. But in the meantime, I'll leave you with a little bit of music. Hey, I'm back. Hello, hi. Sorry about that. I took the opportunity to grab some coffee and such, but so there shouldn't be any more breaks, hopefully. Just a quick cut. But yeah, back on the previous topic I was talking about. This game, it's an indie game, obviously. So it does have the it doesn't have like the same spotlight as a lot of other games. And on top of that, it's basically it's a visual novel plus. Like, it has some other things to it, like it has investigative mechanics and whatnot, but all in all, it is essentially a visual novel. So there is that aspect to it. So it has a niche, and within that niche, I have noticed that it does have a community, and the community seems to love it. But it's not the profile of things like Undertale or anything like that. It is very much... And sorry, I wasn't tapped in there. It is very much its own thing. And so it's kind of isolated. And I do hope it gets more publicity, especially with the upcoming games like Moses and Play the Last Train to Clawville and Wild Tactics. I'm hoping that those give it a little bit more exposure. But I'm not holding out hope. But I do hope to see the community grow, because I do love these games. So far, I'm absolutely adoring Into the Hive. Even though I think I may have... Hello. Okay. Well, hello. Actually, I just came back myself after a small break, and I have some coffee. But yeah, I think the stigma that a lot of people have against any like anthropomorphized animals and stuff, because a lot of people, they associate like furries with furry porn, and that's a whole other topic that I don't want to get into, but there is that stigma. They don't really... Coffee. Yeah, coffee. All right, one more chug. This time it's hot coffee. It is slightly chillier. Who the fuck just nutted? I swear to God. That was a discombobulated... It sounded like a nut. I'm so sorry. But a lot of people, they associate the furry community with porn at the end of the day. So they see anthropomorphized animals and they just kind of either immediately assume, oh, quote, it's just some furry shit, and ignore it, or something to that effect. And I have brought the game up to like other people, like, hey, this game is something I really, really enjoy, and they'll be like, bruh, this is some furry shit, what the fuck is this? And it's just like, it's really sad both that the furry community is seen as just porn, and that anything with anthropomorphized animals that isn't like a fucking Disney movie is immediately assumed to just be furry porn. So yeah. Why is the nut not working? Is it not working? I'm so sorry. Oh, there it goes. Ow. There it goes. But yeah, that is a big part of the reason why I think this game doesn't have a huge following. And unfortunately, one of the sides of my earbuds has completely gone out, so I can only hear in one ear today. So apologies if I'm not catching every notification. Apologies if you could hear that. I live next to a highway.
I feel it too.
Because you've always had good instincts, Sonny.
And because he thinks everyone in the world is suspicious.
Oh, I almost didn't notice you. Hello, dear Monica.
It's all right. I'm just an observer myself, Mr. Hayworth.
I see.
Unfortunate. I will be right back. I have a small matter to attend to once again. Alright, so sorry, all of these breaks. You know how like one thing happens and then another thing happens and then another thing happens? I've just been like this entire like last half hour. So very sorry about that. I'm usually so good about making sure that everything's clear and everything before I start. But it's kind of like the events of this morning where it's like everything's just been a little bit hectic, so I don't plan to go on for like super duper long time. So the VOD for this one may end up being 2 separate days condensed into one big video. So apologies if that happens to be the case. I'm not super duper sure whether or not I'm going to be able to do all of chapter 2 today, but we are going to try.
Forgive me for rushing off so quickly last time. Now we have some privacy, but where's your partner?
Marty's got a bit of a weak stomach. He couldn't take all that syrupy chit-chat.
And who is this fine young lady?
Monica Rosen, ma'am.
Ah, Monica Rosen. Mother hen on duty at the police station.
I beg your pardon?
Please don't take this the wrong way, but I have a personal acquaintance with Chief Inspector Bloodboil. He's told me a lot about you and nothing but good things.
I can imagine.
Monica's been helping me out while my partner's indisposed.
Oh, I quite understand. But please, I'm at your disposal. Ask me anything you want. I have a feeling that even though you're not here to work today, you have some rather interesting questions.
I always have, sweetheart.
Sonny, this woman makes my feathers stand on end.
Oh, come on. She's perfectly normal.
Did you hear the way she talked to me or to you? She looks down on everybody.
Don't judge, Mon. She may be gold on the inside.
Yeah. Then open your eyes and shake your head a little.
You think I'm gonna be charmed by a babe like her?
I don't know. Are you?
Never mind. Let's ask her while we still can.
Fine.
I mean, I couldn't exactly blame Sunny. Let me just send a confirmation text here. Furry is showing, but I just enjoy fluffy tail. Alright, Furry. Okay, Furry. Furry moment. You sent another message earlier I wanted to follow up on. Yeah. It is very annoying to see people dismiss even just furry content in general, because the furry community is... It's based, like... Okay. It relies so much on the artists who create it. And so it is a very artistic community, and it being such a large one, of course, it invites bad actors and whatnot, and they do tend to get a lot of the spotlight, unfortunately, just like with any community. I mean, just look at a lot of art posting sites and you'll see a lot of bad actors there as well. Not everybody who has artistic skill uses it for good. However, there's so much creativity that comes out of the furry community, even still, that it just gets disregarded because, it's just some furry shit. And even though I do not believe this is at all, like, specifically curated for the furry community, it often gets dismissed that way. We can do a full interrogation. Really?
I know what I wanted to know. At least I hope so.
Oh, she's gonna be a slippery one, isn't she?
Kayla. Or rather, Lady Kayla. She has an almost otherworldly superiority, with the king as her lapdog. It'd be easy to appeal to her vanity, but it could backfire. This woman is smart, very smart, and she's cunning too. Not just because she's a fox. So I'll have to be careful. I need to soften her up first, work on her ego, and when she's vulnerable, hit her with the hard questions. I may never get the chance to question an animal of her class again, so I better do this right.
I mean, there's a very distinct difference. One belongs or is derivative of a community, and the other is simply character style. Zootopia, for example, isn't furry. They're just anthropomorphic animals. What's it called? The Secret of Nern, I believe it's called. That's not furry. They're anthropomorphic animals. There's a distinct difference. It's not a huge difference. I mean, after all, the furry community it's based around either anthropomorphic animals and the community that their designs, artists, and those who like that kind of thing are. Fuck. I can't believe I lost my train of thought. Nim? Yes, Secret of Nim, thank you. I could only remember the box art there, so apologies if I got those wires crossed, but yeah, the Secret of Nim. Thank you. You know.
Are you here in a private or an official capacity?
You mean, am I the king's companion or his advisor?
You could put it that way.
Foggy phrasing, foggy answer. Both. And maybe neither.
I'm gonna be in trouble here.
I'm just kidding, Detective. And how about you? Are you here as a police officer or as a simple citizen?
As a simple citizen, I'd be snoring in an armchair with a half-empty bottle in my hand.
You can't be that cliched.
Unfortunately, I am.
Well then, ask me anything you like. In your official capacity.
How can I refuse that offer? Let's see.
Alright, we're already starting off in bad cop territory. Interesting. How did you end up in cahoots? No, that's an immediate bad cop question. You're exactly the kind of woman who fits in with Barretts and Kings. That is a bit of an appeal to vanity, but that also feels like a bad cop option. It's also not a question. Honestly, I'm kind of interested to just ask outright. She wants to be asked something very clearly. She doesn't like foggy phrasing. I'm just gonna ask outright, so how did you end up here?
So how did you end up in cahoots with the king? Maybe you met at a party like this.
You know, these are difficult times. And it's difficult for Hector too. I mean, for the king. When he came to me, he was almost in shreds.
He came to you?
About 2 years ago. My church was in its infancy, but I was already holding seminars and private audiences for those in need of spiritual guidance.
Would the king have needed such a thing?
Oh yes, very much so. Spiritual and emotional guidance and cleansing, as does the city. You see, the king is much more concerned about the fate of the city than many animals give him credit for.
I see.
Oh, okay. We got +10. We're back in the neutral. That's good.
What kind of church are we talking about? Beyond what the slogans say.
The new Unity Church offers unity in a world where everything is about separation and hostility.
Which means...
You're a very objective animal. Am I right?
Let's just say I'm a bird who'll let pretty words roll right off him if they don't have any real meaning.
Our organization is here to help. Mental comfort, but also financial aid. We clothe, we shelter, we feed those in need. You see, in the Hive, we have already set up 4 homeless shelters and 2 orphanages.
Really? That sounds
Interesting.
nice. But isn't the Hive dangerous for the poor and needy these days?
More than
And
a little.
that is why we operate there, Mr. Featherland. To ease tension.
But shouldn't those who are in danger be evacuated?
I don't like that. Immediately she says to ease tension, but operating within the Hive like that, amongst the poor and the needy, it feels like the perfect place for somebody who wants to stir the tensions between Clawville and the Hive to operate. You operate amongst the poor, the needy, the sick, the disadvantaged. You operate at the heart of the Hive. The Hive in itself is a slum. And operating within it like that, it just seems like the absolute perfect place to be. Especially if, like, my theory is correct, which is almost practically spelled out for us at the beginning with Frank. And the Hive is being harvested for insect parts so that the meat substitute factory, which was built there, can be made from insects. Operating in orphanages and homeless shelters is the place to do it. Supplying mongrel Mick with people who nobody's gonna notice if they go missing. Nobody's gonna care if two homeless people off of the street end up in a homeless shelter, and suddenly during roundup they're no longer there. That just seems like the perfect place to harvest.
We don't believe in running away from trouble, Detective. We face it.
Ah, so you're warriors too.
Only if it's necessary, Mr. Featherland.
Interesting. So your organization's a cure for the city's illness. That seems like a good cop option, but impeccable timing for the misery that's in the Hive. These are hard. This is a little hard. The riots, aren't they bad for business? I'm curious. The big detective pants on? That just seems like the place this is going. It seems like where her motivations would be. Also, her outfit in this little clip art and in this are different. I never knew about this! Her face is calm and serene. Her eyes seem to go straight to my soul. Her posture is relaxed, and her effortless calm seems almost unbreakable. Her outfit is elegant but also suggestive, even downright provocative. Snow white yet glittering, and that black feather bow. It's as if she wants to look like an angel and a demon at the same time. I never noticed this! Oh my god, I would have loved to have seen the other characters who we've questioned before with these. Goodness. She's cunning for sure. So I think just saying her organization is a cure for a city's illness is... it's too on the nose. I want her to speak. Yeah, I want to do bad cop next playthrough.
Impeccable timing for the misery that's in the Hive.
I didn't even hear that question, Mr. Featherland. It suggests a rather narrow vision.
I'm sorry. I guess I got a little hard-boiled over the years. I've seen all kinds of organizations come and go, and always
This is the bad cop option.
they end up the same.
Which is?
Their leaders either ran off with the money, or they went to jail.
I can assure you that in our case, there is no danger of either.
Yeah? We'll see.
Bad cop. Way bad cop. Fuck me. Okay.
How's your great healing crusade going?
Unfortunately, we're only treating the symptoms for now, Mr. Featherland. But that's changing.
What do you mean?
We're We're radically changing the way the animals of this city think. And we've started in the Hive.
Because the desperate are easily radicalized,
Because the desperate need help and guidance the most.
but they don't have much choice, do they?
The city doesn't have a choice, Mr. Featherland. Either let it be overrun by filth or look to the glory of the past. Brace itself and confront the evil.
Confront? Well, you just a charity, right? Or you mean the riots?
Violence is not always the answer to violence.
Not always. Is it sometimes?
You, Mr. Featherland, like twisting words beyond recognition, don't you?
Busted, baby. It's my favorite hobby.
Damn. Yeah, this is very much bad cop. Bro, fuck. Way overcorrected. Alright. Any shady details? No. Just ask, have you always been religious? Because I am interested in the religious aspect of her organization. Because currently, it really does just seem like a charity. Like, that's how they've been spinning it. And more so a political ideology than, like a religious one.
Have you always been religious?
You mean in my past? As a child?
Exactly.
I was born into a religious family, yes. Although I always found the Clawville common religion rather old-fashioned and shabby. I thought so as a child. I could see that it was not keeping up with the crazy changes in the world.
What are you driving at?
Our religion is a religion of extremes. Destruction and creation. I've always believed that these two extremes do exist and need each other. There is a real middle ground, paved with gold.
Hence the sheep and wolf on your posters. One body with two heads.
The lamb and the wolf living together in the same body is the perfect example of who we are. We are animals. We are savages. But if we recognize and accept ourselves and stop trying to be something we're not, we could become enlightened.
Her voice is suddenly very familiar. Very, very familiar. The way she said the lamb and the wolf there, I feel like this repeats the topic rather than the specific line. Interesting.
Everyone equal.
Wouldn't that be wonderful?
This city was built on that dream, sweetheart. And as I see it, it's rapidly falling apart.
That's exactly why we're here. We want to change that.
Oh, okay. We're back to neutral. In the gangs, are you okay with Intera? Huge bad cop. You essentially live with the Hive gangs, and I'm supposed to believe that you don't blow a whistle with them? Apollyon? No. My running, like, immediately when I heard that, my first thought was Evil Apollyon, bro. My first thought was, a voice actor from Skyrim, believe it or not. Sounds a lot like the sultry voice type. Just the way she speaks. Like her voice. And I don't necessarily believe that it's the same voice actress, believe me. But just the way she said that gave me, like, flashbacks. Maybe we could take a look at the IMDb page after. But I don't want to spoil any characters. Or anything. The gangs in the Hive interfere with your ambitions. I'm curious about this.
How about the fact that one of the most dangerous and influential gangs has taken up residence in the Hive? Doesn't this harm your ambitions?
You mean the Golden Fang clan?
Their leader, Mick, is an old acquaintance. We took out his boss.
And you should be proud of what you've accomplished. Although your actions have set off an avalanche that's accelerated the process.
You think it's our fault the city's run by criminal gangs?
No, not at all. I simply said you accelerated it. A process that was going to happen eventually. For that I am grateful. Thanks in part to you, the church is thriving. If it weren't for you, there wouldn't be so many desperate souls wanting redemption.
I don't know what to make of that.
Be proud of it. You're making your mark, Mr. Featherland. No one can doubt that.
Mm-hmm. What do you think of the clan?
I mean, I I'm kind of with her perspective as well. I don't think that the chicken police were the direct cause of the Westler Empire's, like, collapse. I don't think that, like, I should say, I don't think what they did is the sole cause of the gangs running rampant. And I think that it would have happened eventually. I don't really think that they're to blame for what happened, of course. What they did accelerated the process. It was going to happen eventually. But I think that by them taking out Westler, they also helped mitigate a lot of what the Westler Empire could have become. Because I don't think that Ibn Westler would have been able to make it out. Or, you know, minor spoilers for the first game, I don't think that his twin could have filled the shoes of his brother and have properly guided them out of the criminal life. I think he would have ended up dead far before then. And then we would have been in the same boat, except with the Westler Empire still somewhat intact as a spearhead.
Whilst the clan and the Great Web are busy fighting their petty battles, they're not bothering the common folk.
That's a dashingly optimistic statement.
Perhaps. Or maybe it's just practical.
Huh. Why do I get the feeling that you're not only the king Hector's advisor?
Why do I get the feeling that you're not only King Hector's advisor, but something a little bit more?
Now you're turning tabloid journalist. But yes, as the press have been gossiping for a while now, Hector and I are closely connected, spiritually speaking.
Oh, that's quite an elegant way of putting it.
Her swishing
So
tail
you're
is
his
adorable.
mistress.
Perhaps one day I'll be his wife.
That would look pretty good on your resume. 2 years leader of a small church, then queen. Quite a career.
Tell me, Mr. Featherland, based on what we just talked about, do you think I'm such a simple gold-digging harlot?
Simple? No, I wouldn't say that.
What is surprising about a man and a woman who've worked together closely for a long time, slowly starting to feel something for each other? You've never been in that situation? Or are you in it right now?
Get out of my head.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. So, are we done here?
I think we are. I think I'm tangled up in my own questions. Can we start again?
Of course, Detective. You said yourself this isn't an official interrogation, just a friendly chat.
Well, yes it is. So let's see.
Yeah.
Oh, clucky furry hell.
It's just... It was horrible.
Kayla. Or rather, are you here in a private? Or
Alright. I think ending up in cahoots with the
so
king
how did
was
you end
the
up
play
in
there.
cahoots? What kind of church?
This is where I fucked up. I'll ask this question instead.
Would you say your organization is the cure for the city's illness?
We're not naive, Mr. Featherland. The city's problems are so deep-rooted that they cannot be fixed in just a few years. But we're not afraid to take responsibility. If it takes a decade, it takes a decade, but eventually, Clawville will be something different.
Different? How exactly?
We can go back to our old values, to the dream Clawville was built on. Equality, fellowship, shared fulfillment.
That does sound good. How's it going? Because all I see from here is flames.
Don't be so cynical, Mr. Featherland. Believe me, the signs are there. You just have to look for them.
I'll try, once I've wiped the ashes from my eyes. How's your great healing crusade?
Right.
Have you always...
And then we'll go back down this route. And I'm almost thinking that this is the question to ask here. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna
And
go
the
for it.
gangs? Are you okay with them terrorizing the Hive? Or do you benefit from them too?
Of course not. What the Golden Fang clan is doing to the poorer people of the Hive is terrible. They're a brutal bunch of bastards.
And yet, you've set up camp right there, just like them. Is that a coincidence?
We help where we're most needed, Mr. Featherland.
And you don't run into each other too often.
Fortunately, the clan is more concerned with other criminal gangs than poor, abandoned insects.
Not necessarily.
Really? Not exactly my experience.
You haven't been in the Hive, have you? Because it's forbidden to people like you.
Like me. As a policeman, or as a chicken.
You are far more cunning than I first thought, Mr. Featherland.
That makes us even. Why do I get the feeling that you're not I think I'm tangled up in my...
I fucked up again.
Oh, clucky furry hell.
Wow.
Kayla. Or rather, are you here in a private? So how did you end... What kind of would you say you're... How's your great...
Okay.
Have you always...
Maybe this is the right way to go.
How about the...
Yeah, okay.
Why do I get... I think we're done here. Although I admit I have more questions than answers.
But you said yourself, this isn't a real interrogation.
Yeah, I should have realized that that was the question to do because it gave me so much previously. I just thought that maybe the amount of points that I was getting was like makeup points. Like, you fucked up kind of bad, so here's a little bit of extra points to get you going.
It isn't. Basically, we were just having a nice chat.
Whatever you say, Mr. Featherland. And I'm pleasantly surprised.
That's delightful.
Don't you feel the same way?
Oh, I don't judge so hastily, sweetheart. But it was a valuable conversation, that's for sure.
Is the music
You
oddly loud for
seem
you
so
too?
stiff on the outside. But I think, no, I feel that inside the opposite is true. You're very emotional and vulnerable.
Good to know. You see? That's what I'm talking about.
Kindness seems to be useful with individuals. Though I have a feeling I might have learned more from them. See her again. Yeah. I'm starting to feel like with her specifically, the bad cop way was the good way to go. I think she's too used to kindness. But we're gonna continue with the good cop.
This was fun. I mean that, honestly.
No offense, sweetheart, but you're not easy to figure out.
I'll take that as a compliment. Thank you, Mr. Featherland.
But I must ask you this. Do you really think the city needs to be reborn?
Absolutely. And rebirth must always come with sacrifice.
That sounds, kind of ominous.
There's little reason for optimism, is there? I think we should look forward and strive for a better future. But if we sit and wait, life will pass us by. We have to do something about it.
Yeah, well, we can agree on that.
Glad to hear it, Mr. Featherland.
She certainly doesn't play the exact same role as Natasha did from the last game. But she's giving me a lot of the same, like, vibes. Definitely the same femme fatale archetype, but she's more... She has a stronger veneer around her, for sure. Perhaps it's just because the stakes are higher, so the personality is larger. Not too much, Mako, not too much. We took a couple of breaks and whatnot. Right now, we are at a showing, a premiere, for a movie for one of our clients. Mr. Lupus here, who is personal friends with King Hector, and by proxy, his advisor, Lady Kayla, who is head of the New Unity Church. I'm going to speak with King Hector.
Detective! And your lovely lady partner. How can I help you?
Well, Your Majesty, I just thought, as this is a special and hardly repeatable occasion for me, I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Oh, of course, I'd be delighted.
Unfortunately, Hector, I mean His Majesty, is extremely tired. Am I not right?
Oh, that's true, dear, but, I don't think it would be a problem if...
No, this is not the time. The inspector can make an appointment for an audience later. It's been a long night, and it's far from over.
Oh, right, yes, it is. Lady Kayla's right. Sorry, Detective Inspector, I'm extremely tired. Perhaps next time.
Well, if that's what you really want.
Yes, I think I do.
All right. Have a good evening, Your Majesty.
What was that?
Exactly what you think, Sweetbeak. She had him wrapped perfectly around her silky fingers and was rubbing it in our faces.
It was like a movie. Totally surreal.
Maybe that's the point. She's showing off her authority. She's showing us that she can do anything.
But why?
Because she's a predator to the core. She likes to toy with her prey.
I don't like where this is going, Sonny.
I don't either.
Yeah, I'm starting to think more and more that she is in with the Golden Fang clan. And that's going to make this even harder to uproot. We don't have any leads on the blackmail currently, but I wouldn't be terribly surprised if it was Lady Kayla trying to get Lupus out of the picture. Do we have anything? We had one more thing to ask Blood Boil.
Boss, you never told me you knew this Lady Kayla.
Well, I only know her superficially, but my wife goes to a church.
Your wife joined the New Unity Church?
Join? No, not to my knowledge, but all are welcome there. I myself once attended.
Cluck me.
You just keep your beak out of everything, understand? Besides, aren't you supposed to be looking out for the wolf?
Wolf? Oh, yeah. I'm looking out for him. He's somewhere in the crowd. Oh, I just saw him. Or was it him?
Sonny, behave.
Don't pull my tail, Santino, or I'll chew you to pieces.
Yes, sir.
By the way, I don't know if you noticed, Mako, but Blood Boil here is in fact voiced by the same person who voices Vesemir from Witcher 3.
The king, huh? After all, he's just an animal.
Oh my goodness, aren't you...
Shit.
Monica Rosen? I mean, Monica Rosen,
What?
the Velvet Queen?
The what?
Hello, Cassidy.
Wait a minute. You know each other?
That's an understatement, my friend.
Oh, no. Don't say you two are...
What? No, Sonny, what do you mean?
Well, you know, Monica was my... I mean, she was...
Yeah, you can say it out loud. I was your father's mistress a lifetime ago.
Come on, dear Monica.
Oh.
It wasn't that simple.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was. And that's the end of the subject.
Yes. Yes, of course. I get it. I understand, of course.
Good.
So what is this, velvet thing?
The Velvet Queen? Oh. Well, I think you better hang on, Mr. Featherworld, because...
All right, stop right there. Sonny, come on, I want to talk to you in private. Cassidy, I'm coming for you too.
Hey, okay, take it easy.
Sonny...
I'm a little dizzy, I admit.
I don't blame you. Look, Sonny, what you heard is true.
You used to be his father's lover?
Yeah, I can't particularly say I'm fond of any of the Witcher games, Miko, but that is probably the most notable role I can think of for that actor off the top of my head. I just thought it was a neat fact that he's in both of these games.
Just for a little while. I was just a young girl who'd been thrown out of the country and into the big city. I was a waitress in all sorts of dives for a while, and then someone discovered me. And then I did a review show at the Coconut Cauldron.
The Velvet Queen.
That was my stage name. A lifetime ago. And Lupus's father was kind, charming, rich, and a scumbag con man.
I see.
It was just a fling. Lots of money, glitter, and glamour. Movie premieres, expensive hotels, and then... well, in the end, the guy ran off and took everything with him.
What do you mean?
Well, I didn't have much money, but you know me. I'm thorough and organized, and when I do something, I do it right. I had savings. Quite a lot of savings, and a small inheritance, too.
And he left you broke?
Yep, that's it. I had to start all over again. But I was just a little girl. I had my whole life ahead of me, so I went for it. I knew I'd never be a showgirl again.
Does this have anything to do with what happened at the range? That you were so upset?
The whole town is covered in El Wolf commercials. And Cassidy's face, of course. When I knew him, he was just a young pup. But he's grown up now, and he reminds me of his father a lot. Not a great memory.
I see.
I'll bet. You know, it's weird, but somehow I never thought about you having a life before the police.
Look, Sonny, if you'd rather go it alone from now on, I totally understand.
What? No, of course not, Mon. It's out of the question. I still appreciate you being here. I really do.
Thanks, Boss Bird. And I'm sorry to dump all the dark stains of my past on you.
Come on, Mon. I've been doing the same with you since the day we met.
Well, that's true.
But if Marty finds out...
I beg your pardon?
What? No, nothing. My beak is sealed.
Right. Let's, forget about all this and focus on what we're here for, okay?
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. The much-anticipated film is about to begin.
Yeah. That kind of just confirms to me that she would have been here no matter what, even if I hadn't asked her to be.
It is sure to be an amazing experience. Am I right, Your Majesty?
What? Oh, yes, of course. Sounds wonderful. I can't wait to see it.
Finally. I thought it would never start.
Darling, you'll see this is, well,
Darling?
worth the wait.
See you after the film.
No way, Sonny. Marty's not here anyway, so I'll sit next to you. I promised I'd take care of you, didn't I?
Mon, you don't have to look after me. That's not why I...
Shh. I'm coming with you.
Okay. I hope you don't mind if I snore.
Did, anybody else catch that? My mind.
Oh, don't worry. I'll elbow you in the side.
Anything else? To the movie? Can we speak to Meredith? We can.
Monica Rosen. Are you two together? I couldn't predict this in my books. You know, you've always been a minor character.
Miss Marble. Really? Interesting. You've always been, rather minor, too.
Huh? Monica's just helping me with a few things.
Of course. And what can I help you with?
Mr. Lupus has been threatened by someone.
Really? Oh well, I'm not surprised.
And you have no idea what these threats were all about? A photograph.
Yes, and?
You have any idea what kind of picture it was?
No point in playing this game. It was a picture of me. Or rather, it was him and me. In a quite unambiguous position, but I didn't know what the picture would be used for.
You mean you knew they were taking a picture of you?
Of course, Birdie. Why else do you think I would have had an affair with that ripoff? The fur on the back of my neck stands up just thinking about it.
And somebody paid you. Who was it?
Interesting.
I have no idea. I never saw them. All instructions came in letters. And the money. A lot of money.
Damn letters. Did you see anything interesting in them?
Look, I'm a crime fiction writer. I know exactly what I'm supposed to notice. There is nothing you can use as a clue in your little investigation.
And how did you manage to reel Mr. Lupus in?
That wasn't hard. That tail-wagging dog is a sucker for all things feline. As soon as he sees a whisker or a fluffy tail, he loses his mind. I feel sorry for poor Faye, because she'll never get that out of her husband's head.
I see. Well, thank you, Meredith. You've been surprisingly helpful.
You're welcome, Detective. And Miss Rosen. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Wow.
Anything else, Mr. Featherland? Or can I call you Sonny? After all these years.
As you wish, Meredith. But, I'm busy now.
Do what you do best, Sonny.
You mean drink and grieve in a corner? I'd rather investigate.
Oh, yes. Your famous sense of humor.
Anything to say to him?
And the lady, who is she? Yeah, a bit ordinary, gray, but she has color. Yes, she has. I could definitely see her on the screen.
I just barfed a little in my mouth.
Excuse me. Don't give me that look. I'm not a piece of furniture.
And she stings. Ouch. Even better.
Let's go, Sonny. This guy's just a simple bubblehead.
Maybe you're right, but this bubblehead can make you a very rich lady.
Yeah, no thanks. I've had the pleasure of dealing with your kind in the past.
Well, this ship has sailed, Mr. Vidor. Bon voyage.
Yeah, I definitely barfed a little.
I'm sorry. I hope I haven't offended the lady. You know, all these years in showbiz, and you inevitably see products everywhere instead of people.
You know, I'd even accept your apology, but you're still talking about me as if I'm not standing here in front of you.
Well, how about I try apologizing more? Let's say over dinner.
Until you're the one being served, we're not meeting at a table.
Ouch.
Ouch indeed.
You exploded? I hope it was from cringe rather than this creature. Nothing more to say to them.
I have nothing to say to him at the moment.
On the mac and cheese? Oh, why is... Yeah.
No. No more questions. At least for now.
Alright. Does that mean we run through everything?
Maybe later. I'm done for now.
It was vomit. Yeah. Disgusting little creature.
I'll leave him alone for now, but of course I'll keep an eye on him while I'm here.
Alright. I feel like once we enter the theater, we're gonna have an Abe Lincoln moment. Anyway, let's go.
Wow. The balcony? Well, this is something.
Yeah.
I thought I was sitting with the boss.
Won't old Blood Boil be barking if you're not with him?
Probably. But he'll get over it.
Wow. You know, I've never seen you like this.
Like what? Helping a friend?
No, I was thinking more like...
What?
It's like, well, I don't know. You're, liberated and, spontaneous.
That's cute. But, shh. The movie's about to start.
What's with her? Why is she so different? Is it because of me? Anyhow, thanks for being here, Mon. Really. Cluck. This crowd. It makes me feel scratchy.
Sonny, why didn't you ever tell me you were afraid of crowds?
I'm not.
I know you are, so don't play stupid. From now on, I won't send you into situations like this.
Wait, and have everyone think I'm a freak? No thanks.
Don't be such a baby. Nobody thinks that.
I didn't even tell Marty, who's like a little brother to me. The guys at the station and the press, they'd tear me apart.
Justice.
Maybe. Anyway, thanks for telling me.
But I didn't.
You did, but not with words, Sonny. The point is, I'm here. You're gonna be fine. If you panic, I'll get you out of here.
Thanks, Sweetbeak.
You're welcome, you big dumb bird.
I get chicken skin just looking at all these animals bustling around.
Relatable, honestly. Relatable.
It's a pretty nice place, I'll give it that.
Oh, that's somebody holding a fan, isn't it? No, okay. I thought this little, like, bit of decoration there was a thumbnail. Like somebody holding a fan in front of their face.
Bit tacky for my taste, though. Bit tacky for my
Yeah, Sam.
Anyhow, thanks for being here.
What is it?
Nothing. This is a strange situation. And I can't even see Cassidy from here. What if they try to kill him during the movie? Who booked me this seat?
You really think someone's trying to kill Cassidy?
I don't know. That's the tough thing about paranoid people. Are their fears real or just fiction?
Then how about we just try to enjoy the movie?
Well, I don't know. I mean, it's my job, and...
When was the last time you let yourself loose, huh? Seriously. And I don't mean the drinking yourself under the table alone kind of letting loose.
A lifetime ago.
Exactly. Then just sit back, stop thinking about lupus, and stare at the screen. That's what they do in the movies. Anyway, the place is crawling with cops and secret agents.
Secret agents?
Forget it, Sonny. Just watch the movie.
Okay, Mon. You got a deal.
You know? I don't like how she is. She's just screaming suspicious to me. Genuinely.
Do movies really imprison the souls of us animals? There are tribes in the colonies that believe that. Thanks for coming, Mon. Really.
You're welcome, Boss Bird. Now be quiet.
Ooh. Alright. Let's see. Alright, this is tacky. Waiting for the gunshot.
That was...
awful.
So tacky.
And so long.
And, romantic.
Yeah, but not in a good way.
No, not in a good way. Marty would have loved it.
Don't you feel a little guilty about that?
Yeah, it's killing me.
Okay, let's get out of here.
I'm with you.
You know, I was genuinely expecting just like a pan away, silhouetted figure. Gun goes off behind Cassidy.
Let's go.
How do I leave?
The big silver screen. Dream of every small-time actor.
How do I leave? Yeah, I hear that a lot. Oh! Bottom right. Duh.
Here you are, finally.
Hey, what happened?
He's dead.
What? Who's dead?
Me. Well, no, not me, but almost.
Cassidy?
Yes?
His
Take
stunt
a
double.
deep breath and slowly tell me what happened.
Okay. You're right. So? Percy, my double. He's dead.
He died? Where?
In the studio. At the film studio where we shot El Wolf.
Is he still there?
Yes, as far as I know. I haven't told the police yet. I'm telling the police right now.
Take it easy. Big breath.
I am calm. Thanks, Monica. You were always so good at this. Remember when...
Okay, we're not gonna get into that now.
Listen, Cassidy, you got a car?
Of course I do. You think I took the bus or what?
Okay, we'll hop in your car and we're on our way.
What? No.
No, we're not. My car is a two-seater sports cabriolet, and I'm not leaving Cassandra alone.
Okay, that makes sense. Ah, damn it. Marty took mine.
We can take my car. I'll come back for the boss later.
You sure you don't mind?
But I'm driving.
You got a deal. Let's go.
I'm following you closely.
Don't follow them. What the fuck is that?
I don't know what to say. This really happened. Anyway, let's move on.
What the fuck was that? What the fuck?
El Wolf was filmed here. I recognize this set.
You do? You're a better detective than me.
Well, if you didn't snore through the movie, you'd recognize it too.
Who, me? I didn't fall asleep.
I mean, that's exactly how my grandma drives. She drives well, she used to drive a big pickup truck, right? It was like a two-seater pickup. It was like really fucking tall. And this poor lady, she's 5'3". Quite literally, she would look over the steering wheel like this. She's so short.
Oh, come on. You don't have to act in front of me, Boss Bird. Although the location is perfect for it.
Okay, you got me. She looks cute playing detective.
Ayo.
She seems to be a fragile dame. Hope she doesn't crumble.
I'm trying to smother it, yeah. And I just got a notification. Okay. Steering wheel, yeah.
She seems to be a fragile. I'd like to have a good look around first. If one of these collapsed, it could crush someone.
Do you think they could make it look like an accident?
Exactly. But I'm guessing they didn't care.
Or they were trying to send a message.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my beak.
Where's the blood? Oh.
Is that blood?
Or ketchup. Most likely blood.
Looks like he fell here.
Yeah, he spilled some blood, got up, and walked on.
Is that blood?
Or ketchup. It's amazing how much money they put into these sets.
Yeah. Whole teams work on them, often for weeks or months. It's really amazing.
But what's the point?
Well, maybe these epic productions are a little over the top, but, you know, these pictures give a lot of animals purpose and hope.
Or maybe these pictures are just blinding them to what's in front of their eyes.
Maybe. But is that so wrong?
Ah, cluck. I don't know. Sometimes I guess it's better to numb reality.
The truth is somewhere between the two extremes, Chief.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh, there's more blood
They
here.
seem to go from here to the set.
Yeah, the tracks are heading toward the dressing rooms.
This could be where he was attacked.
Pretty good bet.
Yeah.
Anything else you noticed, Miss Detective?
Don't mock me, Sonny. You're getting cocky.
Okay. Let's take a good look around, Mon.
Yeah.
She looked...
Oh my goodness. To think that someone was actually killed here.
You've never seen a dead body before, have you?
I didn't say that.
So you have been in a similar situation?
Once, yes. They made us sign a paper saying we couldn't talk about it, and I'm doing that. I don't like to reminisce about that horrible train ride anyway. Oh no, I've slipped up.
That's all right, miss. I think I know what train journey you mean.
It's like death is on our trail these days, although it's a terrible thing to say.
Calm yourself, Miss Fay. With Sunny Featherland on the case, it won't happen again.
Really? Oh, that's good to hear. Although that's what they said about the other two detectives. But I can't talk about this anymore.
Okay, I get it. And, I respect that.
Thank you.
We're getting hints about the next game, too.
Let's just get this over with. This is so horrible.
Better not go in there. It's not pretty.
I'm happy to oblige, sir.
All right.
Monica's right. Looks like all those years in the police force have paid off. It's amazing how much money they... I'd like to have a good look around first.
What am I supposed to be looking at?
Is that blood?
Or ketchup.
They seem to go from here to...
Am I missing something? Ah.
I've always wondered what goes on behind the scenes. You know how these epic movies are made?
The way I see it, with blood and sweat.
Sonny, don't be so tasteless.
Okay, you're right. Marty would go crazy for this place. Too bad he's not here. Marty would go
Poor Mother Clucker. Ah, I didn't
Looks
see
like
the
he was
blood
struck
stain.
here.
Maybe he leaned on this before running for the dressing rooms.
Yeah, maybe. So, he was attacked from behind.
But he made it to the back alive, to the dressing rooms.
Exactly. So they didn't want him dead right away.
It would have been quite dramatic here in the middle of the set.
A worthy message. But they didn't. There has to be a reason.
Oh, dear Percy.
So, what's next?
Well, there's nothing left to do but look at the body.
May the great wild ones have mercy on us.
I hope he's not, like, naked like the last one.
Let's go.
Oh, wow. Fascinating. We'll start with him.
For the love of the wild ones, it really is him. Percy.
The resemblance is uncanny indeed. Do you think they thought it was you?
I don't know. Maybe, or maybe I'm gonna puke.
He's got something in his hand.
Are you going to touch it?
Don't worry, I'm wearing gloves. I always wear gloves.
I don't know if I've ever seen you without them.
Maybe one day, Sweet Beak, you might get lucky.
Are you really chatting over a dead body? What is wrong with you two?
Calm down, will you? We're just getting a good look at the scene.
Yeah, professionally. So, what do you see, Boss Bird?
It's some kind of note. Maybe a letter.
Remarkable observation, Detective.
No, I'm definitely going to throw out my lunch.
Oh, I got the item. Let's have a look. Ah, remarkable resemblance. But likely unrelated. Fingerprint. Dear Mr. Lupus, as we don't want to spoil the premiere of your great new project, we've decided to leave this farewell message in your dressing room. No more messages for you. We'll take matters into our own hands from now on. Sincerely, Mongrel Mick. Very on the nose. Combining items. I wonder...
Next time, maybe. Next time. But not now.
No? Okay. I'm going to show the... Oh.
Ooh, don't give me that.
Okay, okay. But does this letter look like the other letters you've received?
Well, a letter's a letter, right?
The handwriting. The paper.
Kind of, yes. Why? Do you think it's possible that it's not the same perpetrator?
Probably is, but we never know.
Just get this out of my face, please.
Gives me the creeps. It's not natural to use fake fur. I know it's a prop, but is that real fur? El Wolf. Jeez, what a terrible film. The poster's better than the film. The poster's better.
Not surprised.
Of course, he has his own projector in his dressing room. He probably watches himself on it.
I mean, to be fair, that would be a good way to check for flaws, even though he's probably just jerking off.
I didn't know such a compact projector existed. The world's passing me by. I didn't know such a...
Can't open the drawers. look in the mirror. The table. Monkey. How subtle.
Ah, I'll just take one as evidence.
Sonny,
What?
I saw you. Put it back.
Yes, Mother.
Hmm.
This box of cigars probably cost more than a month's salary. This box of cigars...
Alright. What's that say? Miss Goatman's... Something goat soap. Community? I have no idea. Goat soap. Wait, goat soap? Isn't soap made from rendered fat?
Can you tell me what this is?
Some kind of voodoo thing? I have no idea. I've never seen it before in my life. Wait, are you telling me you found this weird thingy here?
That's right. So are you absolutely sure you've never seen it before?
Do I look like the kind of man who'd play with something like this?
Well, then the killer left it here.
It's a message.
What does the box itself say?
I don't think the box itself is the message. Or maybe just part of it. But this box is also a toy. And an instrument.
Do you think
Don't make me do
it
a
has to be
musical puzzle.
solved?
Maybe, but, I don't know. I've never been good at that sort of thing. I'm tone deaf.
Oh, give me that. I'll take a look.
Okay, Mon. The glory's all yours.
Fuck me. Listen to the melody and replay the notes. Oh god, I already forgot the sequence. So... No, I already fucked up. Okay. No. Oh, fuck. Oh, okay. No? Fuck me. Okay. Fuck. Oh, you're right. You're right. I always have paper on me. It just feels like cheating. Okay, here, let me reach under my desk. That's weird. I feel hair there. Oh, hi. Don't mind that. That's just my intern. Let's see. Okay. We'll do... Every meme warrants a response, Batman. Keep that in mind. So there are 8. Okay, so did it change? Okay. It's the same sequence. God, okay, this is frustrating. Mostly because I'm bad. This is completely a skill issue. So it's 3. It really also doesn't help that this is cockeyed. So it's very difficult for me to like visually memorize it because they're all crooked. So they're all kind of blending together for me. So my mouse there. Okay, I'm going insane. Oh, fuck. Fuck. Okay. Oh, I didn't move my mouse enough. Oh. Oh, okay. Oh. What note at the end? Hmm. Jesus, that took me way too long. No! Okay. Sorry. Oh, okay. Am I insane? Yeah, that really was a very strange version of Jingle Bells, but it just... I really wish it wasn't cockeyed like that because it just makes it really hard for me to memorize those. I'm glad that's over with. That was strange.
Success.
So, what is it?
Honestly, I've never seen anything like it.
Neither have I. But it must be important if it was hidden in there.
You know what? If they were color-coded, it would have been easier, and I'm willing to bet that outside of noir mode, that would have been way, way fucking easier. I was having... What the issue was is I was having a hard time differentiating between the notes because of the way that they were situated. They were all kind of blending together in my mind, so I couldn't pick them apart visually. Because I'm usually good at memorizing patterns like that. It's just that the paper wasn't helping because they were all cockeyed. So even as I was writing it down, it was just...
That could be. Or maybe they're trying to throw us off the trail.
That's possible, but we'll never know until we find out what this thing is.
Yeah.
No, not really, War. It's just, I'm dumb. Alright, let's have a look at it.
Have you ever seen something like this?
I certainly haven't. Is this some kind of scribbling? I've never seen anything like it.
What if it looks like it's the bottom of something. Must be something here. It looks like it looks like I should take a piece of like pencil over it. Like a pencil with another paper to like scratch off to see the indentation. You know what I mean?
Wait, what?
Sure. I can't zoom in, sadly. It definitely looks like writing, though. Like scribbled out writing. You think? Oh, you're right. Those are musical notes. It's the sheet music. Where's Mon?
I didn't know such a...
Yeah.
Just clothes. Costumes, I guess. Just clothes. Nothing suspicious.
For the love of the wild ones. It really...
The resemblance is uncanny and...
Can't do anything. Well, let's talk
Everything
to him.
all right, big guy?
Now do you believe me? Now you can swallow your cynical remarks. I hope they're stuck in your throat.
Okay, I deserved that. Just calm down. We need a clear head and your help.
Really? You mean my help? Help with what?
You may know a lot of things that are insignificant to you, but they're important to us, Cassidy. So please, don't panic and help us out.
Okay, Monica, of course. I'll do what I can. Your voice always calmed me down.
Stop that.
Right.
Oh, we can finally...
How can you handle this? In the same room with a real corpse?
You get used to it. Believe me, it's not the worst I've seen. Not by a long shot.
Horrible. I imagine your soul must be so dead and colorless. I feel more and more sorry for you.
And I love you more and more, sweetheart.
Do you? Oh, that's sweet. Farewell message. I told you they were going to kill me.
Sincerely, M.
Mongrel Mick. That son of a...
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Well, it's obvious. Mick. Mongrel Mick. Can't be anything else. Son of a bitch won't even hide it.
What makes you think it's him?
Philmar, what the cluck are you doing here?
Yeah, I just saw you two running away. Of course, I followed you.
This is a police matter. Sorry, you can't be at the crime scene.
Aw, come on, cut the crap, Sonny. Just let me help you. So what's up? What do you got?
Another bird brain might actually do some good.
All right. Mick is the head of the Golden Fang. Am I right?
Bye-bye, Mako. Stay safe, yeah? Thank you for dropping by. Of course, as I said, the VODs are always going up, so... This one will hopefully be up sooner if I make it to the end of Chapter 2.
Everyone knows that.
Even me.
But I'm on a
They've
time
been camped
crunch.
out in the middle of the Hive lately.
I knew that too.
Do you know where?
Nobody knows that.
Nobody so far. But I've got a hunch.
And? What's that got to do with anything?
Mr. Lupus was going to have his face on a product. A product in which the Golden Fang has a big stake. A product owned by Mick's former boss.
Feathery hell. M-E-A-T?
Exactly. I'm beginning to understand why it was so important to have this cheap meat substitute promoted by a face everyone knows.
And who's a loyal friend of the king.
That's the elephant in the room.
Or rather, Wolf.
Furry heavens, don't get me involved.
It's a good theory. But still just a theory, right? This bloody letter with a monogram's very little to go on.
Indeed. But it's a start. I'm gonna need Marty for this.
Full femme fatale because of the black and white.
Why wasn't Percy at the premiere?
Well, as awful as it sounds, the doubles are not real actors. They're not usually invited to these events.
Not even the parties? I've heard that they have some wild bashes after the premieres. By the end, even the police are invited.
Percy was not like that. He avoided the limelight. I'm not surprised he was here when this all happened.
What do you mean?
Percy was a dreamer. He wanted to be me, a great actor. He was probably trying on my clothes and imagining he was me when he was attacked.
I see. Well, thank you.
You're welcome, Detective. Oh, this is so awful. For the love of the wild ones.
Okay. That's about it. Can we not talk to Philmar? I'd love to get his opinion on things.
What do you think, Boss Bird?
I didn't take the threat seriously, and now look. We got a dead body. Blood Boil's gonna chew my drumsticks.
It's not your fault. Don't beat yourself up over it. Everyone was focused on the premiere, and this poor guy was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
It's no coincidence he was here. The guy was set up. That's part of the message.
Well, it's pretty drastic for a message.
But why do I get the feeling that this is all just a diversion?
Because it probably is. But what are they trying to distract us from?
Good
Marty.
question.
Alright, let's talk to Phil here. I want to get a few things from him. What's he think of this?
Wait. What?
Nothing? Okay.
Have you ever seen anything like this, Phil?
As a matter of fact, I have. I've had a bit too much to drink, though, so the letters are all over the place.
Come on, this is important.
All right, okay. So, I've seen something like it before. It's kind of a writing.
Can you read it?
Me? Nah, it's not just any writing, Sonny. It's insect writing.
Okay. Can you translate it?
Only an insect can read it.
Well, that shouldn't be a problem.
Well, hang on, darling. You're not very familiar with the Hive, so you may not know, but this kind of writing is no longer used. Not even by insects.
We'll have to
It's
talk to
well
the
known
queen.
that everyone has used the common alphabet now for about...
Well known, huh? Well, cluck you. So we need to find an insect who's either old enough or well-versed in this sort of antique stuff.
Well, at least that's the route I'd take.
Thanks, Phil.
Hey, Sonny.
Yeah?
You sure you want to go down this road? This whole thing looks like a game of cat and mouse to me. In fact, it smells more like a trap.
I can't help it, Phil. A friend of mine's dead, and Marty's in the middle of it. I'm not gonna let that happen to him, too.
Well, then watch your back, darling. That's all I'm saying.
When did you get so sensitive?
Me? I didn't. But Monica would be heartbroken if anything happened to you.
Hey, that's not true.
Really?
Let's go.
What about the wolf, hotshot? Isn't it your job to protect him?
Good question. But I don't think he's in danger anymore.
They just killed his double.
That's just it. If they wanted him dead, they could have killed him too. But if you're so worried about it, you look after him until Blood Boil and the others arrive.
What do you take me for? A babysitter?
A good-hearted hawk, deep inside. Oh, and by the way, are you following me?
Okay, I get it. You convinced me. I'll take care of it if you stop asking questions.
Sometimes I think it's just boredom that makes you act so mysteriously.
Maybe it is, but maybe I'm hiding some secrets.
Sure. See you around, darling.
Will do, chicken lips.
I want to know what he thinks about this. Right here.
Next time, but not now. Yeah, okay. Anything else? Huh? Next time, maybe.
No? Okay. Last thing. Music box. I want to check this out.
Next time, but not now.
No? Okay. Let's head up. After we talk to Monica.
Now what? So, what's our next step?
Now I take you home.
How? On your back?
No. I mean, you're gonna take me to Marty's, and then you're gonna go to your home.
Are you kidding me, Sonny? That's not how it works. I want to help you, and I will.
And I adore you for it, Mon, but you can't. I gotta do this alone. I mean, me and Marty.
You think you can just whistle and I'll jump anytime? And then when you don't need me anymore, you drop me?
What? No, Mon. I just don't want you to get hurt. That's all. Just trust me.
I'll take it, Marty. But promise me you'll come down to the station and tell me what you've got when you're done with all this. Okay?
I will, Mon.
Good.
Nothing to say to Faye, anything to film?
Maybe later. I'm done for now.
Alright, that's the end of that then. Oh, actually, you know what? I haven't actually looked at Fillmore. What's he look like?
Good old Phil. We were never friends, but we always had a mutual respect.
Okay, that's just the same one as last time. Marty's. Yep, okay. Just to Marty's then.
Oh, hello. I see you've already replaced me, Sonny. First Lewis, then Mon. You advertise in the classifieds?
Ah, Marty, come on.
Hey, Marty. Don't worry, I'll be on my way. That's all the rooster ever needed me for.
Jeez, Mon, you're not mad at me, are you?
Hey, what's the matter? What's happened? What's the gossip?
I'll tell you in the car. Okay, Marty, what did you find out?
Well, it's not good news.
Come on, spit it out.
I know where the factory is. If that's where Mick's hiding, we can bust him.
But that is good news.
It should be, but they're guarding it like a fortress. Barbed wire, watchtowers, everything you can imagine. Those bastards don't even hide the fact that that's not just a factory, but the headquarters of a criminal gang.
They're confident. It's our fault. We shouldn't have left them alone.
You mean the insects or the gang?
The whole segregation act. It's almost like it was because of the factory.
Nah, even the Golden Fang clan isn't that powerful.
Not by themselves, Marty. But we need to find out what's on this paper. I'll be damned if the two things aren't connected. So, young fella, both roads lead to Roachtown. We're going into the Hive.
Hey, title drop.
What?
Nothing.
Really? Again? This is getting to be a little much. Genuinely. I appreciated, like, the intro and a couple of things, but that's just too much.
Shit, he's right. I am scared. So, you asked around?
The Fang was the most revealing. Anyone I mentioned that we'd found one of these would immediately shut up. I don't know, it's like there's clan spies on every corner.
Because they are. They're deeply embedded in the fabric of the Hive.
No wonder. Zero police presence. Basically, they can do whatever they want.
Yeah, but not for long.
That's the spirit.
So, you asked...
The Fang was the...
Shit, he's right.
Okay.
So, how did it go with, Laura?
You know, it could have been worse.
That's not very encouraging.
Well, I guess we're staying together. For now, but I have to change.
But why? You're perfect.
Yeah, but I don't think Laura can keep up with this life.
You being a chicken policeman?
We're here now in the dead of night.
But it doesn't have to be this way, Marty. You can always say no.
I know, Boss Bird. But, you know, I don't want you to kill yourself.
Hey.
What do you think I've been doing for over a decade? Protecting your ass.
All right,
and
let's
shooting
just
it.
drop it.
And shooting it, let's not
Listen,
forget.
buddy, I'm sorry you weren't at the premiere.
No, Sonny. At first, I thought I was gonna be sorry too. But it felt good to leave that place.
How come?
You left everything to me. Even your car. While you were suffering, I know that party was really painful for you. So, that felt good. Thanks, Big Boss.
Ah, come on, give me a break.
No, I'm serious. That meant a lot to me.
Okay, don't get all sentimental. We got work to do.
Yeah, right.
By the way, the movie sucked.
What? No, you're just saying that.
Hope you took care of the car.
I've never been so careful of anything in my life, Sonny.
Good.
Although I'm surprised I made it here alive.
Well, a lady like that, you gotta know how to handle her.
Well, speaking of handling ladies, I'll be going. Glad I could help, boys. Take care of yourselves.
Thanks, Mon. You know, we're in your debt for life. I mean that.
Well, maybe you can buy me a cup of coffee someday, if you make it through the night.
I'll try.
Ooh, that's cute.
Shut up, Marty.
So what's up? Where to next?
We need to get back to the Hive. But first, we need to gather our thoughts.
Well, there's much to unravel, that's for sure.
Event timeline. All right, we've got to do that again. I remember this. It was a little bit... No? Oh, 2 animals. A revealing photo. It's definitely of her. Body of an innocent. Strange message. Mongrel Mick. Full case. Okay. Ah, right. subject of threats. In the film studio. I think, yeah. Okay. Strange message. With an insect cipher on it. Whole case might have something to do with Frank. Against a movie star. No, it's definitely Mongrel Mick. Strange message might have something to do with Frank, is what I think. Fillmore.
Someone has threatened Mr. Cassidy Lupus, the famous movie star. The threat was based on photographic evidence of the wolf having a romp with a famous writer. Fillmore says the message was written in some kind of ancient insect writing, which could have something to do with the disappearance of the bodies and Frank.
Oh. Yes, that it is. The end of chapter 2.
The insect writing and the disappearance of Frank's body. Are these two things really connected, or am I chasing ghosts? Either way, all roads lead to the Hive. As we slowly left downtown Clawville, and the ominous outlines of the Hive's buildings began to appear, a kind of panic took over. "Turn back," screamed a voice in my skull. I knew I was going to need an insanely strong cup of coffee before we crossed the border into Roachtown. Luckily, Zip's coffee shop was right on the border, like a last beacon on a raging sea. I gotta have a coffee, otherwise I won't survive the night.
Rough one, huh? It must be awful mingling with so many rich and famous people.
Guess what? It really was. And that movie.
Was it really that bad? But I still want to see it.
Trust me, you don't want to do that.
There's no justice in the wilds.
There sure ain't.
It seems we have reached the end of chapter 2. And soon to be the end of the game, if I recall correctly. These are usually 3 to 4. So, I suppose that means I won't be seeing everybody next time. I have an appointment to make. Actually coming up, so it's very good timing that we reached there. I'll have to leave in probably about a half hour, so I don't think that's really enough time for me to do much else. Either way, thank you for dropping by. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It was very lovely, very, very lovely to be back playing, because honestly, I've been thinking about the game ever since I stopped playing it, and yeah. I want to finish this. So you can definitely expect another stream very, very soon. Maybe even as soon as tomorrow. I'm not totally sure. Bye-bye. Thank you. And, oh my god, I thought I almost forgot to pause recording for YouTube. That would have sucked. Either way, thank you very much for dropping by. This VOD will be up very soon. And, I'll see you later. Bye-bye.